set up from work. I was like, oh my God, this is the ghetto. I can't take. I tried to follow when that girl out. I said, oh, I can't do this. I want to send her some stuff, but I don't want to be here. I was in Franklin's Live over there in the ghetto. But I don't know. I felt like his question was a question that I was like, I know there are times when I misinterpret shit. Don't get me wrong. I know that. You know what I'm saying? It was like men need to have better standards. And so I interpret that particular prompt to be in the realm of saying, based on the fact that you sitting here saying you want to, in terms of relationships and body types and all that stuff, you like to date women who are like this, but you sticking your pickle and everything that's not nailed down, so you don't have standards.
Yeah, men don't have standards.
So that's how I interpreted the question.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't seem like he was presenting it in that manner. It was almost like he wanted to say that the standards that he maybe were expecting for people to sort of speak to were the standards for themselves. And I was like, yeah, this ain't the panel where I usually do introspection. It's where I go to sort of be messy, as messy as I'm willing to get. And so I was like, so it didn't last very long at all. And I didn't expect it to, because if we not talking about it in that capacity, I couldn't see some of the people who feel more apt to go on his panel to
Not Franklin trying to have a productive life, so please.
I think he was, and I think that I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting it to be just what I said, the sort of superficial version of just saying, all right, well, y'all stick your opinion and everything. Your standards is real low when it comes to that. When you want to talk about, standards in terms of how they, in what regard they hold themselves or what they look for genuinely in long-term relationships, shit, that ain't what I expect over here necessarily.
No, that's disrespect. Men don't have standards. That conversation could have been real quick. Men ain't got standards, and when they think they do, they don't. They gotta go to work. That's all. If they ain't have to work, they be trying to hump on something. But yeah, he need like what's those surveys you get after you go to after you call like your phone company to get a survey that how the service was. He need the survey so you could be like, sir, not no nice furniture in the trap house. Like, it's the fucking trap house.
But I love his ability to sort of see things. I know he keeps himself out of it, but I know he can see it, so I respect that about him. So I do like being over there. I ain't gonna lie. Oh God. Oh, sorry, my kids are still up to school. But yeah, I was like, oh, this ain't going. It got kind of dry kind of quick. Lynn was there. I don't know what happened. I don't know if she had left or not. I wasn't looking at the phone. I was bringing my daughter here. So I didn't know what happened. I think she left. Shan was over there. Some of the fellow publicans was over there, fellow friends. But it didn't get very far. That guy Modern, I'm trying to remember where I've encountered him and what his take on things are, and if I felt away, because I feel like I felt away about him in the past, but I ain't want to hold a grudge on here because people reinvent themselves and I allow it as long as you're not disrespectful outright. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like his presence. What was his name? I think his name was Modern Warfare or something. I was like, I thought I remember not necessarily taking to him, or he had a different take on stuff when I spoke to him before. I don't know.
So what is River? River, it's not hard to keep a man. You're like stray cats. You feed them, they keep coming back. I don't know what you're talking about. What's up, AJ?
What's up? How you doing?
Hold up real quick. Molly, so you wanted to say something real quick?
Yeah, I find that funny. Like, why do, like, I want to take that off the table before we get some of these, huh?
Dark was my bad. I pushed the button. I didn't mean to invite you, but you can come up here if you want.
I think like you can't keep a man like that's not if somebody don't want to be somewhere, why would I sit here and compete to try and fight to have somebody who doesn't want to be there? And the notion that y'all think that that's something that means something because somebody could figure out how to suck the life out of you and your resources is aha, you the winner. I'm saying y'all don't like each other.
No,
Y'all
you
like
good,
the
though.
things. Oh, sorry.
No, you good. I was just telling her the bacon.
Oh, y'all like the things that y'all can get away with amongst each other in some capacities because the simple minded streams of thought that you guys have in alignment work out. But I mean, you put the right woman in the mix, y'all will unalive each other for that. You when your willie gets to a certain point, y'all will take it from each other for that. That's not us. Even when we're at our most competitive, it might be a little bit of catfighting, but it doesn't rise to the level of just completely trying to annihilate every woman in the room for the dude. You might scrap a little bit. It's a few of us who are real hardcore thug out for some D, but for the most part, we put our little bit in, we see what happens, we move along and move around because we know it's 10 more y'all that it is. So that thing where y'all keep pushing this like, oh, you can't keep one, keep what? What's the benefit? I end up having a man child so many more times often than not when I'm in a state of the things that y'all pretend that y'all want. When you're feminine and you're kind and you speak nicely and you're patient and you're nurturing. Like when you do that, man, you will get ran over like the I-95. Let me be quiet. Let me
But that's
just,
also
I don't know.
manipulation because it's like, oh, you can't keep like. So what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing to keep
Hey,
the man? Hold up, sir. Hold up, real quick. What the fuck I'm supposed to be doing to keep his ass? The fuck is like that's manipulation. Like again, if he don't want to be kept, he can keep it moving. When we say men don't have standards, they don't have fucking standards. I can go find a homosexual within 4 hours and move that motherfucker in if I wanted to. I'm good. Like what the hell is like? I think men that's part of the projection. They think when it come to dating and relationships, everybody got to struggle like them. Y'all know the fuck y'all be in the inboxes. Like it is not that hard for women. It's just weird that they say shit like that. All right, AJ, what you wanted to say?
I wanted to say I think this take on your background is trash. And what is the solution that you propose?
You hold
Single
up
family households?
real quick, sir. You think the take is trash?
Yeah, and what do you
Okay,
propose as a
pause,
solution? A
pause,
single
pause.
mother household?
Pause real quick. I don't think sometimes y'all know how to do the conversation. So what happens is there's the prompt. You agree or disagree. You clearly disagree, and you have to say I disagree because. So that's the sentence ring. I disagree with the prompt because. You can't just be like I think it's trash. You think something else. Like that's not how you engage in conversation. Unless you came up here to argue. That's not how conversation works.
Okay, I can do that. Okay, so I disagree because there's a statistic that shows having a two-parent household is one of the most important things to being successful and not in jail. So I think it's good to have a mom
The
and a
jail
dad.
for who?
Nuclear household.
No, who? So who's going to jail? That's my question.
Every single type of American.
So hold up, I'm single. Are you saying that it's likely I'm gonna go to jail because I have a man?
No, but if I'm saying it's more likely you would go to jail if you didn't have like a mom and dad growing up.
Oh, you talking about the children?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, that's what we were saying. Fuck kids. Like why we keep talking about the kids? What about me as a woman? Why should I be in a
No,
nuclear
it says
family?
nuclear family. That's
I know,
why.
but I'm just saying, why should I even have children and be with a man in the first place?
If you don't want to, you don't have to. You could be with a
Yeah, of
woman.
course
Or
I
something.
don't. But I'm saying we having a conversation. You said it's trash. Why should I sacrifice myself, my body, my life, my happiness, my independence in order to be in a relationship with a man?
Why do you have to sacrifice so you can't have a good relationship?
Tell me like explain. Like what is the upside? Because you say out of jail, but I'm not the one going to jail. So
No, I
you
was talking
saying
about
that hold up,
kids.
you saying that if I have children, I decide I don't want to be in that relationship, I'm gonna have to stay because the children might go to jail. So that don't sound like a good predicament to me. So why even have the children in the first place?
I mean, you should pick a good partner if you did want to have children
But yeah, but people
that
change,
you would
right?
want to be with.
Don't people change?
Yeah.
So like what happens if I choose a partner and we grow apart or we're not compatible? Or like, just like we can't mesh together, so we argue and bickering and just ain't working. Like little stuff like that work. We don't live in a fantasy world where everything's perfect and everything works out. When things just don't work out, then my children going to jail? Like that sound like I shouldn't even fucking bother, right?
I mean, it just seems like I don't know. If you don't want kids, don't have them. But I think it's better if you do that you have a like solid family.
But I'm saying, what are the kids doing for me?
But I don't know. Like a lot of people like having kids, and they think it's their greatest accomplishment in life. You know,
Do you have children?
not yet.
So you can't speak on that then.
I'm just telling you what other people say, like old people.
Well, a lot of old people will be lying their asses be miserable. Have you been around old people lately? No, I'm seriously. Do you talk to old people? They like,
Not unless it's like my grandparents.
yeah, I'm not listening to no old people. I be around old people, and not all old people, but there's a lot of miserable ass old people. Maybe they wouldn't be so miserable if they didn't do the whole nuclear family thing.
So what should they have done? Just separated?
No, they can still hump on each other. But why they got like what's the whole family thing about? What's that about? Who does that benefit?
What's wrong? That's better than not having a family. You know,
You don't have a family to speak on. You don't know that. Are you
I grew
looking
up in a family though.
are you looking to get picked?
Get what?
To get picked? Are you trying to get picked?
Like pegged, like Pegged.
I mean, if you into pegging, that's one thing. I'm talking about pick. Picked. Pick.
Oh, picked by what?
Well, you say you want. It's better to have the family, so you trying to get picked by some woman so that she'll.
No, I have to pick the woman. I'm not getting picked. I'm doing the picking.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like you doing the picking. What the fuck is that?
You gotta be compatible, but at the end of the day, like the
But
man
why
kind of
you get to
controls
pick
the
and she not
relationship.
picking? You the one that want the relationship.
Yeah, because I want to be the masculine one. I'm not gonna have some girl
So
picking
say
me.
you want to
Like,
be the master. Is that what you say? You say you want to be the master?
I never said
No,
that.
that's definitely what you said.
But
You said,
who has to propose, right? It's me. I have to get on my knee. Unless the girl wants to pick me and propose to me, then that's
yeah, that's what I'm
different.
saying. When you get on your knees, isn't that begging? Don't you buy her a gift and get on your knees and beg her to spend her life with you and have your children? That's literally begging.
Not a beg. They can say no.
Exactly. That's why you're begging. Begging is at the other person's will. She could say yes or no, but before that, you gonna make sure you buy a nice ring that show like you gonna be on your best behavior. You're gonna take out somewhere nice. You're gonna get down on your knee. Hopefully, you got good knees, and you gonna beg that woman to be in your life. Like that literally is begging. What are you talking about?
You don't want that?
But what I'm saying is, if you're doing the begging, then she's picking. You don't pick if you're
She
begging.
approves of if she wants you
She
back.
decides if she gonna pick you or not. She's not proposing to you. You're proposing to her.
Okay, but how does this have to do with the nuclear family
No, what
structure?
I'm just saying you the one who brought it up. What I'm saying is if you're buying a ring and asking her to marry you, you're literally begging her. She's picking you, so why do you think you get to pick her?
But
It's not
begging is desperate. You could just be asking, and if she says no, you can
no,
go
it's
and cry
begging.
about it and
There's a
move on
lot
with
that
your
go.
life.
Me asking is we in the car on the way to the store, and I'm like, hey, when we get in the house, can you take the trash out? That's asking a question. But you going out, sizing her finger, sneaking around sizing her finger, going getting a ring, seeing if she like gold or platinum or silver, right? Seeing if she like diamonds, if she want a stone or what type of stone she want. Buying that expensive ass ring, putting in a nice little box and playing a little date or whatever, getting down on your knees, and you're going to be on your best behavior when you do it. Like that's literally begging. You're not picking. She's picking. That's what it's like. Y'all don't. Why don't you understand that? If
But
she
we're
was
not gonna ask any girl for that. It has to be a girl we approved of that we thought was good for marriage.
who's
Like
we? Who's we?
men.
So the men choose. So you don't. You're not choosing on your own. It's like you got like a group of men you consult with or something.
No, I'm saying every man you choose a girl, and then
Yeah, men
most
date.
girls you don't marry. Obviously, you just date them, and then you find one you actually like and think's worth it, and you ask her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Women date, but if you're going to you first of all you're not married, you don't have children. But when you do want that, you're going to beg for it. So she got to pick you. Hold up, real quick. Go ahead, Nisi. You wanted to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to kind of address what he was saying, like this idea that it's better for children to grow up in a two-parent household. My parents were married. I prayed for them to get divorced. toxic marriages are very damaging to children. Men say that because they want to kind of trick women into believing that they have to be in a relationship with them. And it's so funny to me that they say it's better for the children. No, people that end up in jail aren't ending up in jail because their parents are single. They're ending up in jail because of poverty. Poverty, lack of resources. That's the reason why people end up in jail. People end up in jail because they lack the resources or the funds to survive in this world. It's not because their mommy and daddy was not married. And I wish people would stop that narrative because it's complete bullshit. Please stop saying that that's the reason why people commit crimes and end up in jail, because it's not.
They
It's
don't have a
not. And
strong
just being,
father.
no, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I have a strong father. I have a strong mother. They did not need to be together. You can be a parent to your child without being with the mother. Y'all just like to say that because y'all want access to women. Y'all literally use children as access to women.
How does
Y'all
that
don't give
help
a
you
damn
get a
about these
girl?
kids. No, even men that are, even husbands that are in the house with their kids don't know their children's birthdays. They don't know the schools they go to. They don't know their doctors' names. They barely know their eye color. So stop saying that it's better for children for men to be in the households when you're not even telling how them being in the households is affecting the children. You're not even saying how. It's not about having that masculine energy, as you say, that masculine role, as you say. If you're not doing shit and if you don't know shit about me, then you're not actually a benefit to me.
You're
How
literally
are you a benefit
describing
to the
only a
children?
bad
How
parent.
are you benefiting the children when you know nothing about them? You don't
Well, he
spend
don't.
time with them.
He
You
don't
don't
have
do
any.
nothing with them.
That's what I was saying. DC, he didn't get picked, so he don't have any children.
No, I'm just haven't
But
had
he's
kids
so
yet. I don't want
sure
them right
that
now.
it's better. But he's so sure that it's better for children for men to be there. It's poverty. It's not
Becky,
because your
have
mom
you
is
had
single.
kids?
So hold on, AJ, what are you going to do to keep children out of jail?
I can only worry about my children, of
But that's
course.
what
I'm
I'm
not in
saying. What
charge
are
of
you going to
anybody
do for
else's.
your children to keep them out of jail?
Because they're gonna get love and nurturing from their mom. They're gonna get rules and discipline from me,
Hold
and
on,
then
hold on, hold
boom.
on. So hold on, you not gonna love on your children?
Of course I will, but
You
like
just
I'm
said
not the
no.
nurturing one.
You said love and nurturing from the mother, and you gonna be a dictator.
I mean, you gotta lay the rules down in the house.
Are
You're
you
the dad.
familiar with child development at all? Because it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like maybe you have a warped sense of reality, and your family growing up was trash, and you don't realize it, and now you want to be trash to another child and keep that generational curse keep
So
going.
who makes the rules in the house? Because the dad's responsible for everything,
That's what
safety,
your father
bills.
did. That's what your father did.
Yeah.
So your father was trash, and you trash too.
How,
That's
what
what
did
I'm
my
saying.
dad do that's trash?
Clearly, you learned all that shit from your father.
But
Your
he
father was a
he
level.
provided for the whole house,
No,
made sure I went to good
your father was an
schools.
ATM machine. He financed your mother's home. Your mother made a home, and he financed it. He's at maximum he would be a banker.
But my
Like,
life was good because of that. We had financing, like
cause
this lady just
y'all
said, it's
made
because of
money.
poverty, right? So isn't that good? My dad kept us out of poverty. That sounds good to me.
But he also it sounded like he abused you because you want to abuse a child.
What did I say that would lead you to believe that?
He could have mailed that check, homeboy, and you could have had the same outcome.
No, I wouldn't have had a dad to show me and teach me things.
What he teach you?
How to work on cars, how to be a good man, just
Man,
stuff
how
like
do you
that.
teach you how
Fix
to be a
shit.
good man?
But how he treats my mom.
How you what do you mean by be detailed? Like what's the vagueness for?
No, you're asking vague questions
No, that wasn't a vague question. That was for clarity because you just glossed over it. What does it mean to be a good man? And what did he teach you? Like how did you treat your mother?
with a lot of love and respect, and they talk about things and work things out, you know what I mean?
How you working out?
They have discussions about things.
Like what?
Bro, if they have an argument like you would if with your boyfriend or
Oh, they was
girlfriend.
arguing. They argued a lot,
Not a lot.
but enough that you knew growing up that your parents was arguing.
Yeah. They ended up divorcing after I was 18, by the way.
So they stayed together even though they hated each other.
Yeah, kind of.
So you could have two parents.
Yeah, I had two
And you
parents.
think that's good? You think that's good for children to see?
I mean, it was better than if they split, I'm sure.
So you don't care that they was miserable.
That's a sacrifice they decided to make.
That your father was probably abusive and your mother was sucking dick on the side. Like you don't care about that.
That's a crazy accusation.
I mean, that's what happens.
I mean, to some people, but that's a crazy
That's what
accusation.
happens. That's grown up business. That's what grown ups do. That's what the
I
call.
mean,
That's what the argument.
maybe your parental role models might engage in
What
that.
the arguments was about? What were they arguing about?
Bro, they'd argue about normal shit like
Like
how to
what?
discipline the kid, what to spend money on, blah blah blah. Can the kid go out with his friends on Friday? You know, stuff like that. Like,
So they couldn't even come to agreement how to raise the children.
did you have both parents growing up?
I'm just trying to get clarity from you.
Yeah, I know, but I want to know because how do you have such the right opinion and like how
I
you
didn't say I was right. I just was giving insight from my perspective, just like you giving yours. But it's
But how
trash.
can I know what your
Dark Horse, did you want to
perspective
say
is if
something
we don't
else?
know your background?
Dark Horse, did you want to say something else?
Yeah, I smell the Dutch Trinity. Is the Trinity happening right now?
What's that?
I think so. I think we've completed the bingo card.
What's that?
What happens is when you're in a conversation, you start to pivot, you move the goalposts, and you then turn the questions around on the host and ask questions of them to wiggle out of the questions they've asked you. That's all.
I
And
answered
it's
all of
fine.
them.
It's fine. But it's just a way to derail the conversation. We're kind of used to it.
But I
I was
answered
just,
all the questions and I just asked one back.
Why are you talking over them? It
no,
was
it's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
no, but you didn't interrupt him. You like literally was on mute. Why can't she talk without you interrupting?
Because I'm getting falsely accused.
Are you feeling like there's something hurt on the inside or something?
No, I just don't like being falsely accused.
No, nobody's accused you of anything. We talking about your parents, not you.
No, she said that I didn't answer the questions and I tried pivoting. But I answered them all and then I just asked a question back.
Um,
Go ahead, Dark Horse.
Thank you. I appreciate it. What I was going to say is if the issue and the outcome is tied to poverty, they can be solved. It's called child support and it's called mailing a check, right? So if that's the number one indicator, it doesn't mean that it has to be two people in the household. It means there has to be enough money in the household where the kids are. That can be with you, sir. That can be with the mom, sir. But either way, the kids need to be supported financially so they can get what they need. And then they need a healthy role model and a healthy parental figure, whoever that figure is, needs to be healthy. And normally that means happiness.
Dark Horse, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, baby.
Dark Horse, you a single woman, right?
I am.
I'm single also. Did you argue with anybody today?
I did not. Ain't that sexy?
Did you have to make up with anyone yesterday?
I did not.
Did you have to worry about not going to bed angry or anything like that?
I didn't.
You didn't have to like hash out any details about how to raise your child or anything like that.
Not a one.
It was real peaceful, right?
Every day.
I don't understand. Like he's just like arguing like it's this normal thing. I guess because like his parents argue so much.
But who said I argue? What? Like, I have a girlfriend, we don't argue.
He must think that's normal because his parents.
Yeah,
You know, if they divorce,
You can have a healthy relationship. I don't know
if
if
they
you guys have
divorced when he
experienced
was
that, but it's pretty
18,
nice.
can you imagine how miserable they were for a very long time just to hold up a facade of a marriage?
and he didn't even appreciate it. He said it was their choice. So you raise someone who's entitled and then doesn't appreciate the sacrifice that you made, which is why you shouldn't do it.
But have you guys ever had a nice relationship, a healthy
AJ,
one?
who
where you don't
initiated the
argue?
divorce? Was it your mother or your father?
Oh, it was my mom, because there's actually
That's
most
right.
women are the ones who know
That's
initiate
correct.
divorce.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, of course your mother did. She couldn't wait to get the fuck away from your father. Like I said, he was abusive. Hey, Blue, did you want to say something?
I'm sorry, I was laughing at the last statement you made.
It's because women are never happy. You
Hold
know,
on,
you
real
give
quick.
them
It's Blue's
everything
turn.
and they
Hold
still
up,
not
AJ.
happy.
It's Blue's turn. Go ahead, Blue.
I totally agree with AJ. Relationships between parents that stick together for no reason at all, except for to appear like a family structure that is really unattainable and not realistic, is trash. His his whole argument was perfect, and it literally matches up with me and Nisi, because when our parents stayed together, it was trash. It was so much better when they were apart, living individual lives, and found a niche that worked for their relationship. Some relationships deserve different levels. You don't have to be my man. You could just be my friend, or you could just be an associate that I see randomly on the street and pass by, which is so much better than seeing you every day in my bed, taking up all the covers and eating up all my favorite snacks while I'm at work.
That's a good point. You're right.
But your man should be at work too, not eating snacks all day while you're at work. That's bad.
I didn't say he was eating it all day. You're the one who gave the all day term, but I didn't know you had cameras in other people's houses. That's not good, sir. You know, stalking is bad, especially when you have a girlfriend already. Like you said, you should probably be paying attention to her whereabouts versus whoever's eating stacks at my house. But I mean, that's up to you.
How long you and your girlfriend?
Believe me, I would never stalk you.
How long have you been with your girlfriend?
For like 8 months.
Are you thinking about proposing?
Maybe in the future. No immediate plans.
So when you do propose, how you gonna do it?
I don't know. I'm honestly kind of anti-marriage, to be real, but I think that your like family should have two
How you
parents.
want it?
Though.
Whoa.
There's a difference.
Whoa, sir.
There's a difference,
You
though.
sound like you confused. Did you not just say that the nuclear? You said my part was trash.
Yeah.
The nuclear family worked out for you, and you should want to be married to have children. But
No, I didn't say married. I said it just the family should have two like parents in the household.
So you want to be a baby daddy, and you want a baby mama.
Oh, unfortunately, the marriage contract is by the government, and it's just very rigged towards the women's side.
So you're
So
not
it
for
puts the men at
nuclear.
risk.
You're not for the nuclear family, apparently. And you want your children to go to jail.
I'm for two-parent households. I don't really agree with marriage as a government contract.
That tracks. Hey, Ruthie, did you want to say something?
Did she fall asleep?
We gonna get Ruthie. Did you want to say something? Ruthie busy right now. Anybody want to ask him a question?
I'm trying to figure out how he ran in that circle like that. Were you chasing your tail, or how'd that circle work out like that? That's wild.
But you guys know, like, people live together and they're not married and they're happy.
Go
You've
ahead.
seen
I
that
do,
before.
and that's not a nuclear family. I know that.
I don't know. I know people who have like raised kids, not got married, and they're still living together and they're still having a great time. And
Exactly, and that's not a nuclear family, so you're proving the point.
nuclear family just means two
Hold
parents.
up. Does your girlfriend want to get married?
Yeah, at some point, yeah.
So hold up, y'all not compatible then. Why are you with somebody you're not compatible with? Are you like desperate?
No,
If she want to get married and you don't, why? And you talking about you plan on being with her for a while. Why would you be in a relationship with somebody like that? Are you afraid of being alone?
I mean we both want to have a family and kids and stuff. I
You
just
didn't
don't
tell her
agree
you
with
didn't want
the
to. Did you
government.
tell her that she didn't want to get married?
Yeah.
And what did she say?
I don't know. She just like we didn't talk about it too much, to be honest with
So
you.
y'all don't have good communication in your relationship. I mean, 8
Just
months.
wasting our girl's time.
Yeah, 8
No,
months.
that's
You should know that.
BS. You're not
It
gonna
doesn't
drop
mean I
a
won't
bomb
do
like
it. It
that
just
and
means
she
I don't
has no
agree with it.
You
response,
just said
sir.
you didn't want to do it, and you talking about the government. You feel strongly against marriage. Do your girlfriend know how strongly you feel against marriage, or you masking? You pretend to be somebody you're not because.
No, we talked about prenups too, because if we end up getting married, we
Bro,
gotta
you
do
all over
it
the
that way.
place. You don't know what the fuck you want. That shit is crazy. Now you talking about a prenup? Are you
Because
getting
if I
married?
have to get married, then of course I need to get
You have to
protection.
get
Like,
married, so you don't want
AJ,
to.
Have to
AJ,
get
first
married.
you don't have
you
nothing to
make
you have
six
nothing to
figures.
protect.
You make
AJ, are
6
you
figures,
18?
sir.
Are
no, I'm
you
not
18?
18. No, I'm in my 20s.
I don't believe it. Like, you don't have nothing to protect. So what's crazy is the people who have nothing
But I
talk about
will,
losing something they don't have. What
because
kind
aren't
of
we all
properties
working
do
to
you
be?
own?
Yeah, none yet. But aren't we all working to
Okay.
better our
So
lives? We're not gonna stay the same in 20 years,
my
right?
God, what I'm saying to you
I
is
think
if you
it
get it in the 20 years within the marriage, it's not yours to protect because you got it with her. What I'm saying is a prenup is for things you have before you get married. And you don't have anything to protect.
But you
And
can
that's
protect
wild
stuff
that
you
you're
get
preparing
too.
for divorce. You realize
No,
that preparing for divorce is not the same
Can't
thing as preparing for
protect things.
marriage, right?
before.
You can't protect things you get during the marriage, sir. It doesn't work that way.
There's no document you can sign, and if there's something you get during the marriage, it's not going to protect that.
And if you're
Pre-nuptials,
preparing,
pre-marriage. The word nuptials means marriage. Pre means what you had pre-nuptials, and you didn't have anything.
and
More
if you're
importantly,
preparing
stop
for
wasting
divorce
that girl
because you think
time.
that you're going to get your stuff taken, that means you're already preparing for her leaving you. Were you prepared for being an asshole? Or you're like preparing for the end? You're preparing for being incompatible and irreconcilable.
No, you're
Because that's what that
protecting
is, right?
yourself if that happens because someone made a point earlier that people change in 20 years and stuff. You know, someone made that point, and it is true.
So you agree with some of the stuff, but not all of the stuff. But here's the
Yeah,
thing.
because divorce rates are crazy high.
I'll tell you
Everybody
why you
knows
feel
that.
like that. Because your parents, again, you say you disagree with the prompt, but it's like by your mentality, you believe your parents' marriage was trash. Otherwise, you would be wanting to get married. You would have been begged that woman to marry you, but you don't want to do that because you know that relationship was trash. Because your parents' relationship was trash.
Well, that doesn't mean
Why
they
you
all are.
lying? Why can't you just be honest? You know it was trash. Hey
But
Sam, how you hold up real quick? Hey Sam, what's going on?
Hey y'all, can somebody give me a recap on AJ? I just got here.
Oh, so AJ,
all right, but an
okay,
honest
real quick. No,
recap,
AJ,
please.
I got it.
Honest.
I got it,
Recap
AJ.
with you.
So AJ parents, he said he grew up in a nuclear family. That's I don't know, I guess. And they stayed together till he was 18, but they was miserable. His mother is the one who gave him the nurturing care. His father was a dictator in the home, who was very abusive, financially abusive. He didn't give him
I
any
never
money.
said
Sir,
abusive.
sir, don't
You can't call
interrupt.
my dad an abuser. That's
Sir,
not true.
sir, sir. His father was very abusive, and now he wants to continue that cycle. However, his girlfriend, who thinks he wants to get married, he doesn't actually want to marry her. He just want to pump some babies in her. And now we're just talking to him about like how he was kind of made one claim about the prompt and disagreeing with it, but ultimately he actually agrees with it because he doesn't want to get married because his parents' marriage was trash. So he's afraid of marriage now.
That
I
was
think
not accurate.
So wait, hold on, Andrew. Let me make sure I got this right. So ultimately, he was raised by a man. He's gonna continue to be a man and do the same damage to women that his father did to his mother, but somehow his mother is gonna be the wrong one. Got you.
absolutely, absolutely.
You literally don't understand at all. And
Because his mother's the one who initiated the divorce, so she's the bad guy. Yeah.
And you don't think it's funny you didn't have to tell me that? But he's not gonna peep the interaction that just happened right just now. He's not gonna see any of that. So for some, sir, I guess what you was doing was telling the panel how you gonna continue to abuse the cycle of abuse upon this woman that your father and his father before him did to other women. Go ahead, I'm listening.
who said anything about abusing women? Why the hell would I ever support that?
Yeah. So did your mom work?
Only towards the end.
And what happened that she had to work towards the end?
Probably was saving up.
But she was preparing to divorce him, I'm pretty sure was the plan.
Oh, okay.
Good for her.
Did she drive? Like, did she have her own car?
Yeah. We always had 2 cars.
Are you happy for your mother for getting away from your father?
I think it was good for her.
Do you think she left for no reason?
No, they didn't really like get along that good, but they were good parents. I'm glad they stayed together, to be honest, but
Because you selfish.
no, they're selfless. My parents were selfless and they suffered through it for the
you're
kids.
You
selfish.
selfless, or was your mother selfless? Because what I'm hearing is your mother was selfless. She stayed so that you could have some semblance of a family, nuclear family like this structure, and she ended up doing more psychological harm to herself by staying because it wasn't beneficial to her, but it was, however, beneficial to you and your dad.
It was
Wait, and you
very
missed the best
beneficial to
part.
her.
Hold on. You missed the best part. After all of that sacrifice, right, that he's talking about, that's so selfless, on this very panel, he disregarded it and said, oh, their choice, their fault.
How I can't do anything if they want to be married or not. What are you talking about?
Well, wait, so you happy for her? You think it was good for her to leave now, but you're happy she stayed in a situation that wasn't great for her, so that because
Yeah,
it
it's
was
called being grateful and appreciative. Yeah.
Wait, no, that's not what you said. So, but is that what you mean? you're grateful that she stayed in this cycle of abuse.
There was no
Because it
abuse though.
was
My dad didn't hit her or something. Like,
but I heard someone say he was financially abusive or something like that.
yeah, she was making up false narratives. That's what I was trying to say.
So
Like,
you
that's
say
not
your mother
true.
didn't work, right? And they argue about money.
Cause he didn't have. I mean, she didn't have to work. My dad went to work
Why
all
would
the
they
time.
argue about money then?
If she didn't have to
But
work.
because he spent it like not the greatest.
Again, that's so
So he
he
was financially abusive towards her, even though he was the main breadwinner. And
But he didn't do
Sir,
anything to her.
sir, abuse there. So okay, can I get you to agree that there are different forms of abuse, or is it only physical in your eyes?
Abuse would have to have intent to hurt somebody.
No, that's not what abuse is, because there are different types of abuse. That's not all that it is. You can't. It's been like this the whole time. Y'all been asking him yes or no questions, and he been dodging them.
yeah, the whole time.
Oh damn.
Because what are you
He's
calling
pivoted,
financial
he's
abuse?
deflected, all
What's a
of that.
financial abuse in your definition then?
It's not in my definition. Webster, Oxford,
Then explain it.
all of the great. So there are. I never said what
He had
abuse
to find
was.
shit.
I only spoke about the different types of abuse. And so having a wife and knowing that she's staying home because she's taking care of the child, which probably is about, well, how much would y'all say that is a month?
That's a lot.
In today's time, how much? Probably like what they say, like $3,000 a month, something like that.
Sam, if AJ was told to stay at home and his girlfriend was gonna work and all to make the money, and she'll decide how much she gonna give him for beer and cigarettes, he wouldn't go for it because he knows financial abuse. He ain't gonna sign up for that shit. Stop playing in
Well,
our
my
face,
dad didn't
AJ.
do that though.
Right.
You're just
You're right,
assuming. My
Mr.
dad didn't do that.
Wait, so then what was the specific thing they argued about money about that he didn't spend well? Was he visiting brothels? Did he have substance abuse issues?
Nah, he just
Was
racked
it
up credit
drink?
card debt.
Hey, what?
He racked up credit card debt.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I see and on Facebook there's a lot of groups for trad wives who are complaining that their husbands spent $25,000+ out of their account on side women, substance abuse, porn addictions.
My dad
So
didn't
she
do
was
that.
just mad that he racked up debt, but why would she be angry if the debt was towards the house, the cars, so and forth? So it had to be something else.
Because she likes to save, and my dad doesn't really save. Like,
No, but he
Hold
was
up, so
it
hold
wasn't-
up.
they got
no,
different
no,
real
philosophy.
racking up
Hold
debt.
up, real quick. You also, so you saying as you were growing up as a child, because you said you need two parents to keep the children out of jail. Got it. And apparently the only
I
abuse.
said it helps.
Hold up, pause. The only abuse you understand is physical abuse, apparently. But you
And
grew up in
verbal.
a household where your father was financially abusing your mother, and you witnessed them arguing about it, and you think that was a productive? You think that was a environment for a child, the most healthiest environment for a child?
Not the most healthy, but I would say overall it was
That's all I wanted to
good.
know. Go ahead,
And now I
sir.
can see the bad things too. Like, I'm not blind to it,
That's
obviously.
fine. Go ahead, Sam.
So I asked him when I first mentioned the different forms of abuse. I asked if he could admit financial wasn't a form of abuse, and then he tried to derail the conversation and pivot, like Ms. Dark Horse said he was doing. And then just now, I don't know if you peeped, but he was like, "I said, so you think no, you said physical abuse is the only kind of abuse," and he said and verbal. So he knows the different types of abuses. He
But what
just
is
refusing-
financial? I never heard of that.
Well, so
Look it up.
let me tell you, there's this amazing thing called Google, and now they have the AI one that actually gives you the most
But
credible
you can't
sources.
explain it is what you're saying.
So what you're asking me to do is the same labor your father did. Your mother. You asking me to do the labor for you, like your father asked your mother to do, and now you're asking me to do it without
I
payment.
think you
Yes,
just
me.
can't explain it or you
I
would do
just
it.
explained it
now
to
we're
you, AJ.
gaslighting. No.
You didn't explain what it is. You told me to Google it.
What? Now listen, guys, listen. I'm his mom. Roll with me on this one. I'm his mom. AJ Senior, you know, you really have to stop spending all of our money on these things. First it was the brothel. Now it's all your little
My
whores.
God, that's hilarious.
Hold on, AJ, I'm not done.
That's
You
fake,
interrupting.
though.
That's not fair.
I know you're
Now
gonna
it's
ask
all
me.
your those little women out there that you keep spending your money on. Well, I think you just don't know how to spell financial abuse. You see how that works?
That was traumatic for
See
you.
how that didn't work? You just made up the most like exaggerated story of all time. That's
That was
crazy.
very triggering for him, Sam.
Yeah, I'm so triggered.
Helen.
It's, I don't know how it's hard to understand. Financial abuse is where you use money and funds to manipulate a person. That is financial abuse.
Finally, a definition. Thank you.
At the end of the day, all the other stuff is irrelevant.
Neki is smart. Thank you.
Stop wasting, you can't read. Stop wasting that young lady's time. Go work on yourself. You have some unhealed, unresolved things that made you come here, put one foot down, and then spin around in a circle. That's ridiculous. You don't know what you want, and that's fine. You're very young. You definitely have a lot that you could improve in terms of what your knowledge base is, and you should probably get some better understanding of where your parents are now. You should probably sit down and talk with them, and the questions you might want to ask them are things that they wish that they had done better, so you can get a clearer understanding of the mistakes that they made, so you don't follow in both their footsteps if they're capable themselves. But if they're like you and they're still in denial, but they did separate, then maybe they're not the best resource. But that young lady has done nothing to deserve you wasting her time and going back and forth, right? Her life should be happy. And if you don't want what she wants, and she's already said to you what she wants, and you know that you're wavering on that, you should definitely be honest. I just told that to my 16-year-old daughter, right? People may not always like you. They may not always be the people who are going to be on your team, but they always will respect you if you're honest. This dishonesty that you have and this inability to sort of stay in the same path and not go back and forth for different reasons as it serves you is not a good look. Stop wasting that young lady's time. She's done nothing to deserve the bullshit that you're giving her just because you want some cat. It's not right.
AJ, have you ever sat down and talked to your mother about
No,
her?
first off,
Hold on, AJ. Have you ever talked to your mother about her experience with your father?
Of course not.
well, I just want to say first off, just because I don't want to get married doesn't mean I wouldn't do it like under the right circumstance. So there's a lot of things you don't want to do that you're gonna do sometimes.
As an adult, have you ever sat down and talked to your mother to get her perspective on
Yeah,
what it's like to be with your father?
yeah,
And what'd she say?
exactly what I told you. That's how I know it. Like they didn't agree on finances and stuff.
You know what happens in your analogy that you just gave? That's called resentment. Okay? When you marry somebody that you didn't want to marry just because you did something you didn't want to do, young man, that's resentment. You'll resent that young woman. You'll resent her as you get older, because
For my choice, though?
You'll remember these conversations that you've experienced over the years and the hesitation that you felt at this particular point in your life, and you'll resent her for being someone that you married if you were to do that, which is exactly why I'm saying to you, stop wasting her time.
I think I would be more mad at myself for making a decision.
He's
I
like
didn't.
his father. He doesn't care.
He don't care, because in this point where he could just come to the understanding that what Miss Malisa is telling him, like, how many can we do a quick poll?
The smart person would get mad at themselves
Hold
for
on,
making
AJ, well
a
fast.
decision.
Hold on. Tara, is it possible we could do a quick poll? You know,
I got it up. Just ask your question.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Tara. You on it? At his age, would you have loved to get this kind of advice from Miss Malisa, and would it have made a difference?
Remember, rated Joshua. Blue is no.
And also, if you guys have all the answers, how come you all said you're
Selection data.
single?
Hold up. My bad, y'all. These two carrots. They hitting right now. If I could vote, I would say yeah.
Even NJT said
His
yeah,
mother
y'all.
wasn't real with him because she's like his father.
Listen, y'all. Even NJT said yeah, and he's like an op. I don't know if y'all see him. He's
But if y'all have all the answers, how come you're all single?
Because
and
we don't want to
have
be
kids?
like your mother, AJ. We don't want to be like your mother,
That's exactly
baby.
it.
Damn, you don't want your mother there. You happy that she left.
So
Babe, if I
humanity
turn on
should
this-
end and no one
hold
should
on,
have a kid.
AJ, 1 second. If I turn on this camera right now and you see me in this red bra with this red little thong on, the way my ass is sitting, the way my hips is curved, no, a men would die to slide up in this tonight. You
Yeah,
understand?
to hit it, not to
Hold
stay
on.
with it.
Exactly.
To stay with it.
Can I ask AJ a question? AJ, why would any woman want to be with a man? What benefit do we get out of being with men? What benefit do we get from it?
I think both men and women are great, and they like complement each other. Like we're good at different things, and together as a team, I think it's a good thing.
What different things?
Like, bro, men are good at going out, providing, getting things done. Women are good at giving care and nurture. There you go.
We
Like,
can
some
do
women
all
are
of that
good at
ourselves.
professional stuff. Who cares?
So
But
what do we
come
need men
together,
for?
it's
We
nice.
can do all of that all by ourselves.
Yeah,
What
but
do we
imagine
need
you
that
get
for?
sick. Don't Isn't it nice to have someone there to help you feel better and take care of you or support you on your
Men
dreams?
don't do
Like,
that when they're
And you know
there.
what,
Men
men?
don't do that.
Statistically, men leave. It's so bad that nurses talk about when they find out that the wives are diagnosed with a terminal illness, they talk about how they prepare for the husband to leave. It happens so often, right? It's not just that. When women are pregnant, that's when we're the most vulnerable and need our partners the most physically. That's when they cheat and leave the most. This is statistically true, okay?
He also said the nurturing that women offer. So he just admitted to himself he wouldn't do the nurturing that a sick woman would need.
So yeah, point period. You already said you're not a nurturer. So when she's sick, you wouldn't be there. When the children are born, you wouldn't be there. You already admitted you expect her to do all of this.
I didn't say I wouldn't be there. That's
So
crazy.
what happens? So what happens? What happens after she gives birth? What does her body look like, and what is she experiencing in those next following 6 weeks? We call it postpartum. What
Yeah,
is she?
yeah. She can get the depression, and her body's obviously gonna be a lot like more stretched out, whatever. But like, yeah, then you got to be a dad, start raising your kid. Like,
Hold on, that's it. What
I'm
about
not deadbeat.
what about her cognitive functioning? What about her brain? What about her bones? What about her blood?
Man, I'm sure the hormones are going crazy. I don't know.
You don't know, but you're ready to have children with somebody before you're ready to marry them. So you're already admitting that you can't be wholly there for a partner in the way that they need when they have your children, but you want them to have your children and you know that, but you don't know if you want to marry them.
No, I don't like marriage. I think it's a government contract that's rigged against
So
men.
then you should not want children.
But there's people I've seen in my own life that like did that. They stayed together the whole time, and they had a great life. Like,
And you spoke to those women.
Mr. AJ, let me tell
no,
you
they're still
something
together. They're
about.
not married, but they did everything together, like have a family and stuff.
Okay, let me tell you something
Now
about
they're
the
rich. They
marriage
travel.
contract. Sir, give me a minute. So, this whole thing about I'm going to provide and protect, that marriage protects your wife and your children in the event something happens to you. So, it's really not about protecting or providing, it's about you using that woman, and the children just anchors her to you. But you just want to use her. You don't want to protect or provide, because if you married her and something happened to you, then that would go to her and the children. But you don't care about that part. You just care about yourself and how they serve you. That's it.
No, I just don't think the court does a good and fair job of deciding that for me when I could decide it myself.
Not old enough, ask your mother and your father what will happen if you do not marry someone. What will happen to your Social Security? What will happen? Talk to them about it. I'm not about to educate you and argue a fact that I already know.
Are you talking about like common law marriage or something?
No, I just said you have to get married on paper in the event that you go out and drunk driver unalives you that night for your wife and your child to get the benefits from you working. But you don't care about that. That's what protection and providing is. So I'm explaining to you that you don't give an F about them, because if you did, you would be caring about that. And it's really about you.
AJ, do you have siblings, like brothers and sisters, or are you your only child?
I would just say though, you have to protect yourself too, right? Like,
Right, no,
but
but we not. That wasn't nothing.
but yeah, I do have
You
siblings.
protecting
No, it's not
yourself.
that I don't care about them, but I also care
No,
about myself and
you
being safe
protecting
too.
yourself had nothing to do with what she just said. Nothing to do.
Yeah, because they split your stuff when you get divorced and you lose half
Right?
of
Do
your
you have
stuff.
siblings? Yeah. When you divorce, that's not necessarily true, and there's something called never mind. Like you said, Ms. Darkness, ain't no point in educating on that, because he did the research as far as listening to some red pill man tell him what is supposed to happen to him, not
Hold
what.
up, y'all. Hold up, y'all. I want to shift this a little bit.
It happened to my dad.
Hold up, sir. Did your mother take everything from your father?
What do you mean? Does he take everything?
But
Like
you keep
currently?
saying in the event of divorce that he gonna lose everything. Does your mother take everything from your father or something?
Which takes a lot.
Like what?
Alimony.
You said your mother wasn't working for how long?
I don't know, but a long time.
So your mother wasn't working for a very long time.
Like over 10 years, yeah.
Okay. You don't think she deserved anything for that?
I mean, I don't know. I think that it's fucked up if she didn't get something, of course. I think that would be bad, but I think the court is not really the best thing to decide. I think they should have to, figure it out somehow, but
Aren't you glad your mother has that protection though? Because
I
I'm
think
pretty
it was
sure the
good, yeah,
job
for
she
her.
got
I think
recent.
it
Hold
was
up,
good.
hold up. I'm pretty sure the job she got recently is not the job she could have got had she started her career a long time ago instead of staying home and taking care of you and your siblings.
But my
Correct?
dad never made her stay home. She chose to do that.
Oh, so yeah, you don't. That's the thing. You have disdain for your mother for divorcing your father, but you're just like your father, which is why your mother can't talk to you.
I have
Literally.
a great relationship with my mom. I
No,
saw her
you
today.
don't. No, you
I saw her
don't.
today.
Your mother can't stand you. I can tell you that for a fact.
No, she loves me so
No,
much.
your mother don't
I'm the
like you
favorite
because
child,
of
if
your
anything.
father. That's a lie. You don't even know why she divorced your father.
I already told you they don't agree on things.
No. You can't pinpoint it. So right now, God rest my mom's soul. If I asked her why she ain't stay with my dad, she would give specific reasons, very specific. If I asked any of these women who were married why and they divorced, why they didn't stay, or the women who have children with men, why they didn't stay, they could give very specific reasons. It wouldn't be, we took it on the back end, y'all. We had this conversation on the back end, not on this panel. And we are close enough to have these conversations, and we have had these conversations, right? And these are just my friends. These aren't women that I have children with. These aren't women that I was married to, and they would be able to divulge that with no feelings. Like, oh, it didn't work out because this specific reason, not just they didn't agree on things, or she
No,
didn't
I
like
said
that.
finances and stuff like that, like
Yeah,
how to
no,
raise kids too. They also didn't agree really.
yeah. So they just wasn't good together, right?
Yeah,
But
basically.
now you talking about this. So who kept the house when they divorced?
We rented.
So y'all never owned. She was staying with somebody that didn't own. Hold on. Wow, he really had her. This is what she's talking about. They probably could have saved for a house. That's probably one of her gripes, right? We could have saved for a house, but you got me out here renting. But that's neither here nor there. Who kept the cars? She kept her own car, right?
Yeah, they both had a car.
And they each kept their own cars.
Yeah.
And when in a divorce, so they had to get different places, or they stayed in the same place?
Yeah, they moved out. No, they moved out.
Okay, and well, how would she be able to afford moving out? She would have had to stay with him, right?
No, she was working. She was working.
Yeah, no,
What kind of
I'm
work does she
saying.
do? What kind of work does your mother do?
She works at a hospital.
Is she a nurse?
No, she's like the head of the security over there.
So your mother does security. And what does your father do?
He works on like movies and stuff.
So he makes it significantly more money than your mother, correct?
Yeah, because he worked for 30 years.
Yeah, so while he was going to work, because remember he's the protector and provider and all that stuff, right? He was providing. She was stuck at home with y'all ungrateful asses. And now you don't think she should get anything for that? You think she should have to survive off their security income?
I just could feel bad for my dad because in my shoes, if I had to pay my ex-wife money, I would not be happy.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially if the
You
kids are
can't
over
even- you
18
cannot-
too.
Sir, you can't
That's
even
crazy.
humanize your fucking mother. You are deplorable.
No, I just like who would want to pay their ex money? Like you guys wouldn't want to pay your ex-boyfriend money, you know what I mean?
Wait, you guys. Hold on, you guys.
It's
Wait.
not just the ex. She is the mother of
No.
his children. And you're talking about your own mother. And that's
You
why you
guys.
should leave that young lady alone.
We're circling back though, you guys, because he literally just said in front of us in 4K, I wouldn't want to pay my ex money, especially if the kids that we had together are over 18. You remember how earlier we touched on the topic that men only have kids because of their proximity to women?
Facts.
He literally just
Thank you,
circled
Blue.
back to what we talked about earlier. So I didn't know if
Yes.
anybody else caught that. He
Yes,
literally
I caught it.
proved it in 4K. He doesn't want
Thank
to
you,
pay
Blue.
an ex-wife money because our kids are over a certain age. I don't have access to the Panani. Why do I have to pay for it if I don't have access? He got it. He agreed. He literally agreed in front of us.
Well, we only have
And
kids
listen,
because of like
I'm the one
instinct.
who said no. Y'all literally use children to have access to
You
women and to
only
control
have
women.
You
kids
could have
because
more
of
girls if you had
instinct.
no
Wait, wait, wait,
kids.
wait, 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 wait. You only have kids because of instinct?
Well, first off,
Who's
you can have more girls and like be a playboy if you don't have kids. Most girls don't want a guy with kids, like, you know. And then second off, yeah, because of instincts, you get horny and
I'm
you
done with
do
him.
your
Like,
thing, you have a kid.
he getting on
I'm
my
telling you,
nerves.
this man.
I can't
Listen,
do
That's how
it.
I'm
humans
telling you.
evolved.
Hold
Like we
up,
didn't
hold
have
up. I told y'all, his father was trash. He was abusive, and he's just like his fucking father. He cannot even humanize his mother. Every time we ask about his mother, he's talking about I wouldn't want. He identifies with his father. His mother does not like him, and he's just like that man. He don't give a fuck.
Look, I already know Dad was
Exactly, sir.
trash.
And this is, you know what my concern is? Is this what these men are teaching our boys that they feel that they're necessary for? Is that what they're teaching them?
And
To
that's why
dehumanize their mothers and only humanize their fathers?
exactly, which is why it's dangerous to have men around these fucking motherfuckers. Because look at this shit. This man don't even give a shit about the fact that his mother, who put all those years in to take care of him, without getting any type of alimony, would have to will be struggling. Would have to live a different standard of living. All he can think about is his current relationship. That he don't even want to get married to that woman. You gaslighting her and lying to her like you want to get married. We know you not telling the truth. And you plan to have children with her?
Tell
Like,
him, and alimony's not forever. That's a fixed amount of time, and it's not going to be the same amount of time. And she's not going to get 30 years to get into her job where she want to be like your dad did. And you telling me that your dad made good money? So I'm telling you, if I was able to buy my home on a $60,000 salary and y'all left that house that y'all was renting, your dad was effing up the money big time. I mean, hugely messing up the money. If y'all didn't even own a home and he had nothing to even give up in the divorce, something
And
is
they
wrong.
had
but you
and
treated that
listen,
money like it was his money. That's
how
why.
many how many children you had, your mother had, you and your father, your mother and your father had, AJ? How many of y'all?
I mean, there's two of us, but
There's two of
also,
you.
like,
Wait,
just
hold
to
on one
reply,
second. Hold
hold
on,
up,
hold on,
just to
hold on, hold
reply,
on,
because
hold on,
everyone
hold on,
went off
AJ,
for a
hold
sec.
on.
No, I've been, hold up.
One second, AJ, because it was two of y'all, and he was able to build a career with two children because he had stay-at-home childcare, which would have cost him thousands monthly. She's probably not even getting that right now, right?
Oh, she's getting thousands a month, yeah.
As she should, because that's not even reimbursing her. You
But
can't,
imagine though, you
you
break
can't
up
even
and
see
you
the
have to
labor.
support a
What
second
a
family.
wait! Before we get to the breakup, right? There was 30 years of them being married. That was 30 years of meals several times a day. That was 30 years of doing your laundry, your other siblings' laundry, her laundry, and probably his for 30 years.
Yeah,
That's
shout out to
free
both my
child
parents.
care. That's free child care for 30 years.
It's free
And
rent for 30.
you free rent. That's slavery. That's what
Hold
slave
up,
masters
EJ,
said.
is your sibling a sister or a brother? AJ, you got a brother or a sister?
Bro, but the thing is, it's like it's a team.
You
My
got a brother
dad
or
pays the
sister?
rent. She gets free rent and food and
You
everything
got a brother
covered
or
for
a
30
I think he
sister?
years.
said both.
He gets childcare. Like
Okay,
what?
you got a brother or a sister. That was the question.
Yeah, I know, but I got accused of many things.
Yeah, I know, but do you have a?
Not mentioning
Listen. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you say what you gotta say. I just want to know if you got a brother or sister.
a sister. Why?
Is your sister closer with your mother?
No, I am.
Hmm. That's interesting. No,
She was
let him.
actually closer to my dad.
Let him give out some information real quick. Go ahead, AJ. We're gonna let you talk. Go ahead.
All right, you guys are saying, oh, he gets free childcare. I don't know if you guys know. I'm sure you do because you're obviously somewhat intelligent. Is that when a parents like they both have different jobs and things they do to make a household and family run. So sometimes dad's at work, mom has to take kids to the football game, whatever it may be. Mom has to go grocery shopping. Dad's doing things too, paying bills, blah blah blah. So I don't see your point. You're looking at that completely wrong. It shouldn't be a oh he's paying everything and I'm giving him free childcare. That like what are you talking about?
Y'all can have at it.
change. His dad is the one that got all the money. It makes sense that at this point in his life, he's aligning with the person with the most money that he feels the most relatable to. And he feels that his mother has taken advantage of his father's financial situation at the divorce. That's my daughter sneezing. I'm trying to decide what's gonna happen. It was supposed to be the first day of school, and she's up sneezing right now, right? They said bless you, Mom. She's running because her nose is feeling stuffy. But yeah, he aligns with that person. Unfortunately, I don't have a problem with you aligning with your father. That's not the issue. We empathize with whomever, we love. That's not the issue. The problem is that you don't like your mom, and it sounds like you still take advantage of her. And then you have this other young lady lined up to be in the same sort of similar situation where you're going to take advantage and waste her time. And you're going to try to indoctrinate her with the unhappiness that you were raised in, and continue that same sort of situation and make her feel like she has to behave a certain way so that you feel comfortable. And you don't even want to marry her. You just sort of want to have kids because you want the population to grow. Because you said something earlier, I just don't drag it when y'all start talking about how's the population going to go. What the fuck should you care?
How did you know?
You're sitting
I
here.
love this song.
But this is my point. This is why, listen, y'all. This is my point. He's not going to say the things he's saying to us to his girlfriend. She don't know these details. This man does not like his mother. He doesn't like her. He's not.
First off,
For a second, I didn't cut you off.
no, but she said something.
Sir, your mother does not like you. Your mother will not open up to you. You don't like your mother. The only person you up here defending is your father. Your father who was financially abusive. And this is the cycle. And this is why I'm saying, when these men talking about, oh, you need a man to be there to keep the children out of trouble and all that. No, these fucking predators. They want to be in the household so they can do shit like this. This man is fucking broken. Like, no. Like, you better all find other women who have similar views about parenting as you do and building your support system that way. Because this is what the fuck the men are doing. This man is fucking broken. Like, nothing we saying is going to matter. Like, it's a LME situation where he just want to share his shit because nobody else want to listen to it. And he fucking, like, it's crazy. And this shit, we see this shit time after time, every fucking day. Every fucking day.
Tara, you know what's very telling is the fact that he has all this empathy for his father, but none for his mother, in the sense that she was a stay-at-home mom. He doesn't care about that. He cares about the fact that she left him, and because she left him, she doesn't deserve anything, even though she spent most of her life not earning her own money, but surviving off of his money because she was a stay-at-home mom, and then decided, I want to leave, and she's now having to provide for herself and her children, and he feels like it's wrong for her to get alimony from his dad.
And who perspective
It's wrong
is
for
that?
her, even though she like stayed at home half of her work life.
Nisi, who perspective is that?
That's a man's perspective.
It's not just a man, it's his father. His father,
Yeah, it's his
and this
father's.
is the problem too. His father doesn't have good boundaries. His father's talking shit about his mother to him.
No, he never does,
Sir,
actually.
hush. Yes, he is.
No, he's never said bad things.
Yes, he
about him.
does. Yes, he does.
I'm telling you, he hasn't.
So he said he's happy to pay her thousands of dollars in alimony, and you, in your mind, pivoted and said, no.
No,
she
he's
don't
never
deserve
told
that.
me that.
So
He doesn't talk about it, really.
So however you found out, you made up in your own mind that your mother doesn't deserve it, even though your mother's cool
No,
with
I'm
it
just saying
and your
I'd be
dad's
mad
cool
if
with
I
it.
had to do it.
Exactly.
That's all I said.
Exactly. That makes no sense.
It makes sense.
Anyways, I just want to ask, since like I haven't heard you guys describe what a good guy is to you. Like, I just heard everything about guys is bad, but what's
No,
your
you tell
dream
us what a
man?
good guy
We never
is.
heard that. We just
What?
said your
But
father
what's
was
your
that and
dream
that
man?
you're
Because you
on your
guys
way
haven't
to
said
be a man.
anything
I
good
don't need
about
to
men
dream
at all.
about anything. Good people are good people. I don't need to give you a
But
description.
what
The
qualities do
fact
you
that
like
I'm
in
a,
a man then? Not a
the
dream
We're
man,
not
but
people
we're
like
not giving you
exhibit and they're
nothing to
not
gaslight your
hypocrites.
girlfriend with.
That's
We're
it.
not giving you no information you can go back and use against your girlfriend. Not gonna happen.
no, I'm just
So you
asking,
tell
what do
us,
you guys
no.
actually like? Don't
You a
like
good man, sir?
I try to be. I'm
You
flawed,
mean
but I try
okay,
to
so
be.
you say your father taught you how to be a good man. Tell us what that looks like.
Parts, yeah. I had to learn a lot though myself.
Like what?
Like you have to be strong, but you also have to be able to be empathetic sometimes and like
You can't be
understand
empathetic
people's
to your mother
feelings.
though. Those are just words. You're not capable of doing that. It's more than just knowing the
I can't
words.
be empathetic to
You
me
can't no,
personally
you
paying my
can't even
ex-wife money.
empathize with your mother, sir. Your fucking mother. That means you don't respect women, period.
I can just say that I would not want to pay my ex-wife money. Like, who would? You wouldn't want to do that.
You
Your dad
don't
wouldn't
what
want to do
first of all,
that.
you
Your
don't know
mother,
what I would want
listen,
to
if
do.
a woman had to, so what happens is whatever she looked like before she started giving birth to her children with your father, she'll never look that way again. No matter
Yeah,
how good she looks in spite of it, her body is forever changed, right?
yeah.
And in our society, especially with men like your father and men that you're trying to create yourself into, right? She would have a much harder time finding another husband. She would have a much harder time. She's
But
been
he already said he don't
divorced.
want to support that family.
Finding a good husband, I think so. But any husband, I think guys are desperate for the most part, to be real with you.
My baby.
So, but even so that's another thing. Obviously I'm not just saying that. We understand people could find someone that you can just settle, having. We're talking about just like all the things that changed, right? All the things in 30 years that would have changed for her. And for that reason, right, you yourself said she made that sacrifice. And
Yeah.
now you're saying that in your eyes, I would never be kind to someone who I shared 30 years with. She's undeserving. 30 years?
I would
That
be
kindness?
kind, but I
A
don't want to
check?
give her like
It's just
$4,000 a month.
it's just money though. She gave you the ability, right, to say that I have beautiful children who I'm sure he brags about, whether it's accurate or truthful or not, that hey, that's my son, he's doing well, he's working here, he went to school here, all the things he gets to brag about his children, that she stayed home to mother. And you mean to tell me for money, I don't care what the amount is, because I'm not going to say whether it's measly or not. That's not the point. The point is that the things that he likes to talk about, the things that he likes to reminisce about, the job that he was able to maintain for the 30 years while he was a father, he was able to do because he had somebody beside him who was capable of making sure that you guys were safe,
Yeah.
that there was consistency in your life, that you felt loved and cared for, even on the days when you're being an a-hole like you tend to be up here.
You met me one
And you're
time.
gonna say to me that for money, that it sounds like he can afford to give her, not that he wants to, that he can afford to give her without giving up the quality of his life. You would begrudge her because she doesn't deserve to continue to maintain the lifestyle that she lived the last 25 years.
I'm not
Because
saying she doesn't
that.
deserve it, because
That's
obviously you
exactly
have good
that's
points.
what you're
But I'm saying I would
saying.
be mad if I had to
There's no
personally pay
reason
that.
to
That
be
would piss
mad.
me off.
So you know how you mitigate that? You don't get into a relationship and not try to work on it and be the best person that you can be so that you can maintain that relationship. She didn't just leave because she said, fuck it, I want the $4,000 a month.
But that's the
She
thing.
didn't just
But
That's why I
she
don't like
walked
the
away
marriage.
with
Is because it's rigged.
nothing, AJ. She
The
walked
guy
away
never
with
gets
she
the
walked away
kid.
with
Like,
nothing.
it's so
She walked
rigged.
away with a car.
the guy never
She
gets
walked
what?
but
I
she
said
walked away she
the
walked
guy.
away with a car
Yeah, I know
after
they didn't
30
have assets,
years.
but I'm saying that it's
After,
rigged against the
listen,
man because when
after
does a
30
man get
years,
the
they should
child?
have been selling a
Rarely.
$500,000 home, and she should have
What
walked away
child
with that
did your
and some of his
father?
pension.
Yeah, but what child did your father not have? The one who's sitting up here protecting him right now to a bunch of strangers?
No, but I'm saying typically in divorce, when the parents split, the mom always gets the kid, so therefore she's
So
always gonna get the child support.
AJ, if your mother had divorced your father earlier, let's say when you was younger, who would you want to live with?
My mom.
Exactly. So, like, you talking about the women get the kids. A lot of times, the kids want to be with the mother because the mother spend way more time with the children. The children have a stronger bond with their mother. You wouldn't want to live with your father. You fucking know that.
But what I'm saying though is your mom lost out so much, and that for you to talk about her, and she literally netted a negative after 30 years. She left with a car, sir. And there's people who've been married for 10 years and then sold the house, and then they split the proceeds of a $400,000 house sale or something, and then got pension or something. I'm telling you, your mother got nothing for 30 years. Zero. That was a negative on her. She got nothing. And you're arguing that she got money after the fact. She probably couldn't get that in the marriage because he was blowing it because you guys never owned a home. So now your dad, I'm sure, has his fund money dipped into, and he's made to pay her that. And she couldn't get that out of him during the marriage. It's a net negative. She's negative 30 years on the money side.
Which
and
is
now
why she was arguing with him.
right. That's what I'm talking. That's why you don't have shit.
Maybe if your father wasn't so bad at money and bitching about money all the time, you wouldn't have such a scarcity mindset.
It's also wild that you would be upset with your mother for getting money from your father
I'm not
when he
upset about it.
purposely. No, but he purposely wanted her to be a stay-at-home mom where she wasn't making money for herself. Where she could have been making money for herself. She could have been working too, where they could have split up amicably, where he didn't have to give her anything. But she spent years raising you and your sibling, you and your sister, without making money. Y'all were surviving off of him. So yes, she does deserve compensation because she was taking care of the house and taking care of you and your sister. You expect her to go out in the world when she hasn't been in the workforce for a period of time, and that your father has no responsibility to her when that's what he wanted her to do?
No, I never said any of that. I'm just saying if I personally had to do it to my ex-wife, I would be mad. I didn't say like I'm against my mom or something.
Have to say, you're indirectly saying it. She was home. Like my daughter's sneezing right now. I'm home with her right now. I'm the person that is going to figure out what's going to happen next, right? So your mother made herself available to that once she decided to bring you guys into the world. And for whatever reason, that holds no value to you. Because even if it did, like if it had held any value, you wouldn't be up here saying the things that you would say. I would never want my mother to hear this recording of me saying the shit that you're saying right now after I sacrificed my body and all my free younger years to ensure your safety and well-being. And you would sit up here and say this. I wish she could hear it so that you would understand so she could understand the kind of thing that you're saying, and that you would have the accountability that you're not going to provide to yourself. Even with all the things that we've said, you would walk away and say, oh, they're all bitter because they're all single. They don't know what they're talking about, right? But if you knew that she heard what you said, perhaps there's a chance, because I don't even know how far indoctrinated you are with your dad, but perhaps there's a chance that you might feel some sort of semblance of humanity and say, damn, that looks like it hurt her feelings for me to talk about her like that. Damn, I wish she hadn't heard that. I didn't mean it like that. Stop fucking saying it if you don't mean it. Stop saying you understand if you're going to keep saying the same shit over and over again.
Y'all going to look
and
at
don't
the wall,
waste that young girl's time.
Quick,
Leave that girl alone, man.
Hold up real quick, y'all. I don't know why I hate this phone. Y'all going to look at the wall. I need to get in my nightgown. I don't wear no nightgown, but y'all know what I'm saying. That shit frustrating. But yeah, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, you need to leave that young lady alone. You need to figure out what you.
Bro, I already told you though. Just because I don't agree with marriage doesn't mean I wouldn't do it.
But that's the thing. Don't do things you don't agree with, honey. I'm not telling you to torture yourself either.
You think that you think
But what if
Malisa.
it's a
yeah.
good
Hold up,
partner and like
AJ.
I
Hold
just
up,
don't like the
AJ. Hold up,
government?
AJ.
Like, what's the
Hold
problem?
up. Malisa. Again, this is why they case studies. He's not listening to shit you're saying. He is not looking for advice.
Just listen for like 5 minutes.
Pause for a second. He is literally up here just saying some bullshit because nobody else is going to listen to this bullshit. That's why he's electing to share this information. But nothing you're saying about the girlfriend, about the mother, he don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck. He know exactly, sir. He know exactly what he doing. I'm just putting that out there. Like, remember, it's a case study. Don't get emotionally invested in these motherfuckers. He don't give a shit about that woman. He don't give a shit about his mom. If he think about it, he don't give a fuck about his mother, right? And he's like, oh, this woman, she gonna take my money too. He don't give a shit about her. So yeah, y'all can ask y'all questions, but don't think he actually listening to shit we saying. Just so y'all know. But y'all go ahead.
But look, let's be real. You guys don't like soft men. Like, if you like men, I assume you don't like a soft guy that's gonna leave himself vulnerable to being
Did you hear
attacked.
what you had to
This
say
is
to
the
order to
second
make that
time.
sound like something? You said, I assume. Don't assume. If you wanted to know anything, and if you wanted to pretend like you were listening, you would ask questions.
I did
You
ask
don't
it
even know what
earlier,
the
and no
you
one.
don't even
Right.
know you don't even know what I think a soft man is. Because I would never even describe someone like that. Right? Unless we were just talking about body types. There's no reason for me to describe somebody who knows how to exhibit emotions and have empathy. Like, that soft man stuff, like, you're so indoctrinated at such a young age. You have so much you need to find out about yourself. Can you imagine somebody treating your sister like that if you happen to care about her? Talking like that?
She's
So
lesbian.
weird.
You hear what he said? He don't give a fuck about her either.
No, I said she's lesbian.
No, sir. I know what I said.
Well, I know you said, but you're lying about what I said. I said she's a lesbian.
I said you don't give a shit about her either, sir. That's the
Why are
fucking
you
Yeah, but I
talking
never
about
said
her
that.
personal relationship
I love my
status?
sister and my mom
And
and
then
my
he got to
dad.
cover it
Yeah,
up with that, y'all.
your understanding of love is very off kilter, young man, and you really shouldn't be inflicting
He learned from
the torment that you're putting on that young girl. She did nothing to you to deserve the weird shit that you're giving off to her. And the only reason I'm talking to you is for her sake. I
I pay
don't
the
believe
bills. Everything's good. I don't know what you're talking about.
didn't
I know
learn
you don't. That's the
selflessness.
sad part. I
You
hope
didn't
that
learn
she
to
has
love.
somebody who loves her enough to understand that you're wasting her time. And money is not something that rules everything.
But how am I wasting her time if I want to have a family with her? What are you talking about?
Because you don't want to have a family
That's
with
like
her.
actually having a goal.
You want to replicate the things you saw your parents do. And at this point in your life, you should be trying to be the best human being you could possibly be without all the labels and the bullshit. You've said so many red pill tropes, so many TikTok tropes. It's unbelievable.
But some red
So
pill stuff is right though. Come on.
y'all don't like soft men and y'all this and y'all that. Like, you're so weird
You
for
prove
someone
it though.
so young. You're so weird. I haven't proved anything to you
I
because you
could
haven't
tell you're
asked
a
any
strong
questions.
woman. There's no way you want some little weak guy who's just gonna be like, "Oh yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am." You don't like that. Like,
No one ever asked you to be that way. And that whole idea that you're even saying what you're saying, it's like you're like a little baby Andrew Tate just budding in the dirt for whatever reason. And it's unnecessary. You could just be a happy, whole, healed human being. Go get some therapy. Step away from that young lady. And if you really are friends with her, if you really care and you do want to have some sort of connection to her, you'll figure it out. But you would step away and figure out, why am I following another man when I had a father? If I really thought he was a good dude, I wouldn't be worried about what the fuck Andrew Tate said. If he had a good, I'm just saying.
you brought
So
up
those
Tate.
are the kind of things you could speak to a therapist about. Why do I feel
That man ain't going to
holistically
therapy. He ain't
that I
going to
could
therapy.
describe women? Like, it's so weird, man.
No, actually, I've been to therapy a lot.
Yeah, that shit must have been court ordered, sir. You ain't going to no
Nah,
therapy.
it wasn't.
What you learn in therapy?
How to like regulate and control my emotions better and think through
So
things
why do you need to
instead
go
of
to
acting on
therapy to
them.
learn how to regulate your emotions?
Cause I was angry when I was growing up.
Why was you so angry?
Cause my dad didn't listen to me.
Because he was abusive, right?
I mean, I don't know. He didn't listen though. It was
What,
like
what
my
did you
way or
mean?
the highway
What
type
did he
shit.
listen to?
But
What
it's
did he
better for kids
listen?
for the dads to be there.
Hold on, when you say he wasn't listening, what did he why? What do you mean he didn't listen to you?
Like if I don't know, like if I was got like I don't know, he got mad about something, but I could explain it logically and good. He wouldn't care. It's always like my way or the highway, you know. Like
So he would like lose his anger, and he didn't budge at all. Like how you not budging right now? How you kind of just stuck in your ways? You don't realize you just like your father?
I mean, probably you guys are probably like your parents too.
But this the thing. In therapy,
But actually, I listen though a
hold
lot.
up. In therapy, you say you realize your father was fucked up, and you're like your father.
Nah, he's not
If,
perfect, but who is?
sir, your father's trash. That's what I'm saying. Like,
That's what you're saying. I never said that.
no, sir, listen to me. Your mother was miserable with this man. She only stayed to benefit you because she cared about you, not because she liked him. Once
Well,
y'all
they
was
got
old
married.
enough, no, listen. Once she was old enough to be gone, she got the fuck out of there. That man was made her miserable. What are you not understanding?
No, obviously she loved
Well,
him
now
at one
you want to
point. They
get
got
married.
married,
Now,
but
first of all, you don't even want to get married. Now you want to trap another
keep
woman,
moving on.
and treat her like your father treated your mother. This is why the nuclear family is fucking trash, because this is what the pool of men is.
But what's the solution?
Not to fuck with y'all. Y'all fucking broken. It's simple as that.
So then,
What's
but
the
I'm saying
solution?
like with no men at all, and just everyone stops having
Sir, if you're the
relationships.
standard, then no men at all. Exactly. If you're the standard, fuck no.
No, I'm above average for sure.
Oh, if you above average, God, hell no.
But what are you then, like of women, like on your own rating? What are
I'm
you gonna give
single. It
yourself?
don't matter. I could be whatever I want to be. I'm not
Yeah,
begging nobody to marry
we're
me.
not trying to get picked like you.
I'm not trying to get picked.
You definitely are.
I get to do the picking. That's the thing.
No, I told you, men don't pick your bag.
Some
That's why
men,
you lying. That's why
losers,
you can't. That's why
weak
you
men.
lying to your girlfriend. That's why
I'm
you
not. I never lied to
pretending.
her. I told her straight
No,
up.
no,
I
you're
don't like
not.
that.
That's why you're pretending, sir.
I've told her
You're
straight up.
pretending.
I've told
You're
her straight up.
pretending because you're being on your best behavior.
No.
So because you want to get picked, sir. You want to get picked.
Just for her to come see all this, and this is and he don't even realize this is the cycle. You're doing what your dad did to your mom. Fake who you are, then you get with her. You ain't never really want to marry her, so now you marry her just so you could get the babies. Now she's stuck with these kids plus one because you're gonna be a
I'm
big.
stuck with them too.
Nah, you not, because you already making excuses that you pay the bills and you go to work. So that's gonna be that excuse you cling on to forever.
Yeah, why am I going to work to pay the bills for the kids?
Or you could just go to work
So
and pay
here's the
bills for
question. Remember the
yourself.
other night I asked the question, why do you want to have kids?
To carry on my legacy, and also I think, you know, make
What
two
legacy?
human beings that can improve the earth, I think.
Sir, you're not here improving the earth. All I want to say is give me your girlfriend's phone number because she will dump you in 24
No, you're gonna
hours.
try
Let
to
me
hit on her.
let me
She's so
talk to
hot.
her. She needs to go yesterday. You need to free that woman. Please let me talk
She
to
is
her.
free. She does whatever she wants.
I'm talking
Your
about
girlfriend got a lot of friends.
free from you.
Your girlfriend got a lot of friends.
Yeah, she's popular.
And how you feel about that?
It's fine. I wouldn't let her hang out with like straight single guys, of course, but
You wouldn't let her. You wouldn't let her.
Would
What
let
do you mean?
well,
you-
actually, she
she
can
can
do
let you
it,
go.
but I'm not gonna date a girl that wants to hang out with single guys. That's weird.
Hold on,
Perfect.
Rachel.
Let
What
her
you
go.
find on his page?
Nothing. Funny videos, cool videos. That's about it.
Well, you know, what we found funny is subjective.
Why are you trying to dox me?
Wait. What you're not gonna do, right? You could do all the other bullshit and the tap dancing and the shenanigans that you have. What you're not gonna do is come up here and fucking lie like that on us.
Well, you're
right?
trying to do
You
like
can make
research
the
on me.
assumptions. Nobody's doing research on you. Don't nobody
You
care
said
about
what's
you
on
as
this
a.
profile and has one of
So
you
what?
minions
That's
and
public
stuff.
information. So what? You're
Yeah, I
on fucking
know.
TikTok. That's not doxing you. Do you have your address and name and phone number up there?
I don't know what you can find on there.
I said, do you have it up there? Do you
Can y'all
have
tap
that
the
up
screen?
there? There's no fucking doxing.
You can easily
Apologize
look
or
it up.
leave.
You could easily look it up.
Apologize or leave.
I could get people's socials.
Apologize or leave. The fuck out of here. You're not about certain allegations are not my cup of tea, sir. Don't nobody want to dox you. It was only in an attempt to help that young lady, and by proxy, you might catch something in the meantime. But get the fuck out of here. You're not about to tell them kind of bullshit lies. Nobody want to dox you. You're a simpleton. Sorry, Tara.
Now
I
you don't
apologize.
apologize. That was a hot mess. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the crazy part is, think about it. Why would that man even sit up here and have that conversation with us? We clearly don't agree with him. We don't respect anything he say. Why would he sit up on this panel and just keep telling his business?
Because he ain't got no people. He don't have no tribe. He unhoused. Nobody in real life likes him.
He can't even call
They're
his
just as
girlfriend.
superficial and broken as he fucking is. That's what it is.
He
They
can't even
align
talk this shit
themselves
to his
with them.
girlfriend. This
Hell
is what I'm
no.
saying. This is why they like the internet so much. Because they can say what the fuck they want. But he can never say this to his girlfriend. He can never say this shit. That's why they like this shit so much. And this is why we get turned off by them, because like they get to be anonymous online. So like, yeah, we get this real him. That man was the worst. I know y'all saying he young and all that, but young motherfuckers is dangerous too.
Well, that thing about lying on people, that's a no for me. Being an asshole, pretending on TikTok, all of that stuff, false accusations, no sir. Not on
Can y'all
here.
tap the screen, please?
I was on his page and I couldn't hear over the loudness of his white teeness. What he lied about?
Everything.
You gonna say somebody trying to put his information out there? Fuck out of here. Nobody trying to put your. Nobody care who you are.
Baby, he is a regular white tee boy. Skiing and surfing. Don't nobody care about none of that shit. That is, oh my God, y'all. I came in on the bullshit. I was like, what the hell? The way he talked about his mother is ridiculous. All of that she put in blood, sweat, and tears she put in him. And oh, I wouldn't want to be giving nobody money after I divorced them. After I'm not with them. Like, you sound crazy. You don't even see none of the... You could say she a good mother, but you can't see her worth no money.
Thank you, Molly Sue.
That shit is ridiculous, y'all.
That's what I'm saying. They don't see women as people. Y'all know how it goes. Like a man, the way a man treats his wife, whatever, is based on look how he. Y'all know what I'm talking about. How he treats his mother, whatever. That man don't like his mother. His mother don't like him. She don't like him.
Yeah, 'cause he's the baby version of his daddy.
He can't stand his ass.
The baby version of his dad. You clocked that, and he's doing everything his dad did.
After everything that lady did for him, and he still came out like his daddy.
I'm gonna say the ugly part though. There's a chance that she still masks for him, that she doesn't tell him how much she doesn't like him. She just tolerates him because that's the son.
Yeah, of course. I mean, she probably don't. I mean, I'm pretty sure she don't go off on him, but I'm saying she doesn't like him. Like, clearly, when he said I talked to her about the divorce or whatever, no, your mother don't open up to you. She don't fucking like you. She don't trust you.
She either didn't open up to him for all of the reasons y'all said, or she did open up to him and he refused to say so because he refused to see his father for what he really is.
No, she didn't open up to him because that's too risky for her. She can't trust him. Any information she give him, he gonna go back and tell his father.
And his father
Y'all
like,
ain't ready, but I'm gonna say the quiet part out loud. I could never dox this dude because then I'm gonna forever be the victim because Mrs. Stole Your Girl just came and fucked your whole life up because now she calling my phone talking about the best life relationship she ever had and how she feel valued even when she not with me, and I just care about her quality of life whether or not I'm fucking with her. I don't want to mess up people's lives, so you know.
Do it, Blue. Do it in
I
my
ain't gonna
Kermit
lie.
voice.
Somebody said something like it smelled like nickels yesterday, and that shit I can't get out of my head.
That was me. That was me. Because the homies told me don't do it with the snow bunnies because that's what they smell like. So I've been scared. Only mess with chocolate or
Go
caramel. You know,
ahead, go
different
get you,
shades.
go get you some nickels if you want. I'm sorry.
Nah, bro. I can't. You see, you done messed me up.
No, hell no. If the words sweet and delicious don't come out of your partner's mouth when they refer to the box, that means it ain't it. Okay. If they don't be like, when I get to taste that sweet, there we go. Now we know we're on the right path.
Man, if it's not smelling like some Hershey's or some Milk Duds and cocoa butter and shea butter, I can't do it. I just can't.
That part. I'm sorry, James. I ain't mean it right. I took a wrong turn. Look back to the topic. We just saying though. Look, don't go out there and mess around and you regret everything. If he ain't outside in the rain with a boombox, it ain't it. I'm trying to tell you, it's not it.
I want to know where they get this entitlement from, where they get to, it's I don't know if it's, I think it's privilege, where they
Well,
get
they
to
feel
walk
like
around doing all of this shit, not having no self-awareness for them and the way that they affect the women in their lives. I'm gonna go further and say not even his mother don't like him. His sister don't like him either.
oh, that's
I'm certain
clear.
of it.
That's clear. Clearly, and I bet you the sister and the mother actually got a relationship. But
And
not
that's
only that,
her favorite child too.
yeah, so when it comes to roles and stuff like that, they literally feel like that's what you're supposed to do. He don't see that his mother went above and beyond for him. He like, oh, she did what she was supposed to do. That's the problem. That's why he feels so entitled to it.
That's that wife slave stuff. That's the only thing he's doing. He's filling that slot for the wife slave.
He want to be like his daddy so bad, and the nuclear family structure did not work. It didn't work for him. It to sit there and say your father is hard-headed as fuck. He don't listen and he don't take advice. And so imagine how it made you feel in the moment he was doing it to you. Then imagine that 30-fold for his mother.
I'm
'Cause
telling
she
you
lives with
that
shit
dad
every
got. I'm
day.
not gonna say everything on TikTok, but I can imagine the habits that he has. If your alimony is 4,000, and let's say there's a max in your state, the most you can pay is 25% of your salary, and you paying her 4,000, that means that you made what, $16,000 a month if she's getting four. Because you got to have something to live on, and she can't take the bulk of it or what have you. Either way, you're well over in the six figures. And y'all couldn't buy a home.
That's
What were
But
you?
you know
You were a
what,
white girl in
Rachel?
it, up the nose. You were a white girl in it, up the yang. You were doing all. You were buying it. You had all kinds of habits.
Miss Dark
If
Horse,
you
he
could not
did
do
not
that,
put them in
Oh,
a
can I say
fucking
something real quick
house.
before I forget, Rachel? Even with laws, that's not going to change. Even with laws, that will not change. So that was it. Go ahead.
Yeah, you gotta have self awareness for something to happen and be like, he will never be able to say, "Oh, this is what my mother felt," because he only cares about what his father felt. He'll never be able to have the self awareness. He'll never, I can't. That man didn't put y'all in a fucking house. He works in films and did not put y'all in a house. He did not want to leave that lady nothing. He ain't want her to have nothing when he was gone because he knew inevitably she would leave. He knew that woman ain't want to be with him and she only stayed for y'all. And I could just imagine how many times he lorded and harbored that and held that shit over her head. Oh, you could leave, take these fucking kids with you. And the fact that you could sit here and defend your father to that extent and say you would rather have lived with your mother,
yeah, he
he's
really
only
did
ever
lick his
seen
father's
he's only ever
pockets.
seen his mother as
No.
utility.
He only defended his father's pockets because he said his father was abusive and he had to go to counseling to deal with his anger issues. We didn't say exactly what those anger issues look like, but if it was to the point that you were in counseling against your will, that means that you had some sort of demonstration or outburst to the point that you had to go to some sort of anger management. That's what it was. That's to say he went to go deal with his anger. He didn't just to go to counseling for family counseling, like, oh, my family's broken, we need help. He had some other stuff that his dad did. So we already know that your dad is shitty. And then your dad, the only thing you're protecting was his pockets. Nothing about his character. Bullshit.
Right, James. He knew that the mother only stayed for his siblings, him and his sister. He knew that as a fact, and was still on some. Oh well, I still wouldn't want to pay my ex no money after the kids was grown. He wasn't paying her while y'all wasn't grown. What's your point? That shit is sad. I bet, like Terrence said, they case studies, and I'll be glad to see that shit because it just reinforces for me it's all men.
Right. And I'm like, are things changing like for the younger generation? And it's crazy that you 70-year-old, we had a 70-year-old on Publix Live, then a 60-year-old, then a 50-year-old, all the way down to 20-year-old. So it's the whole, all of them? Like no one's evolving at all? This shit is crazy. That's why I say do only what you want and nothing that you don't, ladies. That's it. That's what I live by. Because that's what they do. And I am a fan of mirroring. I put it in the chat. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. I'm doing everything you do, sir. We're going to be twinning on every aspect, all of it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like that fucking them scissor lyrics when she said you moved on to whoever, I moved on to for the better. Like yo, my baby father think I still want him, y'all, because I ain't move on. Sir, move on to what?
Thank you.
Like I want to raise these babies. I want to better myself. Having a man around ain't it. A man is not a plan.
It'll weigh you down, slow you up.
Yeah, don't you know how many dudes I could have running in and out if I wanted to?
Right.
And I love this too.
And please let me know if you've ever met a man who comes into your life and goes, how can I support you? What are your goals? I'm writing it down on my list. So this is all you want to do? Okay, then I can help with this. I can help with this. I can support that. You want to go back to school? Okay, that means I need to do this. There is no list of how I can support and show up for you. There isn't one.
Let me ask you a question. Because we've been like asking these dudes these questions for months now, right? How many men came up here and talk about like connection and love and like developing like a true intimate relationship where like you feel like this is your person? How many men, y'all?
Maybe I missed the live where it happened. Did I miss it? I ain't seen one yet. The most we can get is on our very, very best day is partnership. But I still don't hear anyone with an attitude or a spirit to be a servant to their partner like they want us to be a servant to them. I have not heard that. They do not have a serving spirit. And if you do not in any way want to help out the person that you bucking on, it is wild to me. So I, unfortunately, am not going to be able to find anybody because I want people who have a heart and a desire to serve people with a no benefit. So that means a community and you're doing something for people who cannot in any way give you that same thing back. So when I realized that bar was all the way up, like to heaven, there ain't no heaven, but all the way up, I realized that I wasn't going to find that because they barely even serve the person that they are getting a direct benefit from. So they don't have a desire to take care or look out for anything other than themselves. If I find someone who looks outside of himself and I see him give and it's not for recognition, and it's not for someone that's going to give it back 100-fold back to him, I'm not dealing with it. You have to have a desire to serve and on your own, like a self-starter kind of thing, not me asking. So that's why mine is going to be probably a 0 in a mate category. Do I use things like the utility, like they showed me how to use people for utility? Yes, I use in the same form that they they use women for utility. But all the other stuff, we're not giving nothing. Nah.
Anybody else want to answer the question?
All a man could do for me is kill a roach, tighten a screw, and give me some money. That's it. Like, it's nothing. I don't see no men out here wanting the love that I have, the capacity to love that I have, the amount that I have for my children, and myself. I'd rather just put that into myself and my children. And like I told you, I got some plans, things moving a little bit slow. I can't wait to start pouring it into the community. I can't wait to be a resource for mothers. I can't wait to tell other women what terms that they should use when advocating to get IEP for their children. Like all of the things that I've learned, I can't wait to give that to my community and to other Black women. If I'm gonna be a utility to anybody, it's gonna be to the people that deserve it moving forward. We just gonna have to work on self-love and pouring it into us and our kids, period.
Are we answering the question that you asked about how many
Yeah, how many
times we've
men?
seen?
Yeah, how many men?
One, I would say Dex. And he doesn't count because he didn't come up here to be an op. But outside of that, and the crazy part is that they pretend verbally that there's some aspect of it, but when you actually hear them speak and they describe things, what you hear is trauma, brokenness, jealousy, incompetency, ignorance, hatefulness, hurt, but not genuine love. Because even when that little weirdo was just talking, I never said I wouldn't do it. I just said I wouldn't like it. Like, he has already been trained to do that. And in his mind, for some reason, it's fulfilling what I think he thinks is some kind of duty. So I don't know that he recognizes or understands love. And he didn't say it when I asked the question about why do you want to have kids. I don't know that there's a recognizable way for them to see it, because I wouldn't even be able to say that he didn't get shown it. I think that his mother's sacrifice was a form of love. I think because she was masking and she tolerated a relationship, it taught him other horrible life lessons. But he in fact did have love. Somebody decided to carry him full term and then stay home and take care of him. But he has so many other messages, and his father's voice is so loud and overpowering that I don't know that he could find his way back to it. And a lot of them are like that. That they might have even had it, but they don't recognize it, and damn sure can't replicate it.
You know how many women stay around for the children? That's why the men like to say, well, because when they come and talk about this topic, they never say, oh, it's so I can like love on that woman and we can have like all the things I just said, right? It's always what the statistics say, that two parents are better than one, essentially, right? And a lot of women, that's the narrative that they heard, and they believe that. So they literally will stay in relationships with men thinking, oh, I have to have him around for my child, not realizing the damage that this man is causing. As a mother of a son, like when I say it's layered, so many things I've had to talk to my son about, so many things that come up. It is not like one simple conversation. It's been an ongoing conversation since he's been a small child. And there's going to be many conversations that come up in the future, and there's some things that I'm just not gonna be able to clock. And you know, he's gonna have to continue that journey on his own. But essentially, it takes a lot of work. And the thing is, when you learn about like the manosphere, the younger you are when you get into the manosphere, the harder it is to get out of that mindset. So you talking about a man who's been taking in this type of information his whole life. He didn't live life a little bit. He's just gonna be able to deconstruct from that. Like, no, like it takes a lot of work to like come out of that. Literally, like it has to be like an ongoing thing that's done purposefully. And like, how many men do we actually see that doing that? But they like to say that they are.
Tara, do you think that they're that they're well, and I could be wrong, but when I hear the children that come from these homes, the resentment that they have for their mothers, right? It ends up being resentment instead of appreciation for them staying, and it's because the mother didn't demonstrate what self love is, right? And she didn't stand up for herself. So I feel like one of the best outcomes for children is when a mother is demonstrating what self love is. You know, if you continue to be someone's doormat or what have you, you're not showing what it looks like to love yourself or what have you. You're showing this is what abuse is, right? So now there's this anger in these kids, and it's coming out in this way where now I don't know what love is, right? They didn't love on me properly, so I'm just going to pass down the same abuse that I was given. And now you have no concept of love because your parents couldn't individually, show you what self-love is, and they couldn't love on each other, and you couldn't see that between your mother and father.
Yeah, and they wouldn't know it if they saw it, to be honest. Look how if they hear a man even address those things, the first thing they do is call him some type of name or treat him as less than. But yeah, it's like they don't appreciate it. They don't recognize that it is love. And as a mother, yeah, if you have children, don't allow your child to put you on a pedestal. I do that shit all the time. I tell my son, I'm just some random woman. I just happen to be your mother. Like, I'm a flawed person. I'm petty. Like, don't put me on a pedestal, first of all. And I'm assertive as fuck. And he know I ain't no listen. I don't even let my son pull that shit with me. If he ever and he's done it a couple times where he try to take something out and he want to blame me, and I stop him right in his tracks. Like, hold up, we not doing that. So it's not just about the men or the lack of men in my life. It's listen, you not gonna do that shit either. So like, no, it's like they put us, they see us as these perfect beings when they're younger, and then when they get older they realize stuff is flawed. And because it's okay for them to criticize us because the fathers are barely there, and because the fathers are barely there, they want that love from them so much they're not going to criticize or push them away. Like, it takes a lot for them to be able to do that. Like, how many men have y'all seen like willing to take the bare minimum from their father because they just lucky, they feel lucky they even have that man's affection?
Man, when I tell you my daughter's father, the baby, this woman, his mother, was NYPD, nice ass house. It's like a mini mansion, like 400 million. Worth 400,000 type shit. And this is when she got it. It wasn't even worth all that. Like, she's literally put all her money into making that nice house. It's 5 bedrooms.
Yes.
Like, just highlighting this like nice ass fire ass crib, raised him in it. Basically he was raised by family members and shit like that while she did pursue her career, but his father was an alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? We went out to dinner one night and he was literally joking about how he used to have him in the back seat, in the car seat as a baby. He was like, man, I used to be flying down the highway and he was in the back seat not even knowing what was going on. When I tell y'all the resentment he got for his mother after everything she gave him, and when that father be like he need him, he come flying. When that father in the hospital, he go running. It don't make no sense. He resents his mom because he feel like everybody else raised him but her. And I had to tell him one day, like, yo, do you know what kind of shit your father had to be putting her through? And I found out later on, right, because he got a sister that's only a couple months older than him or younger than him. Either way, the man had a baby on her, pretty much, you know? So I said, you know what type of shit he had to be putting your moms through for her to know he was drunk and still put you in her baby boy in that fucking car? Like, and watch him swerve off with you? You don't get, like, that shit, what's not clicking, Steven? I don't know, y'all. Hey, Linus.
Blee, did you want respond to the question? Blee, you sleeping? You better not be in Nichols' inbox.
Oh, I don't even think I answered it. The question was, how often do we see it from men?
My bad. Nah, I'm not asleep. I'm working, doing a 12 today. Holiday money. Hey.
Okay. Go ahead, Sam.
Nah, I just don't see it. Like it's so few and far in between. And this is not even good men, right? Because I don't even consider myself a good woman. I consider myself a decent person working towards better. So when I see these men like Pub, like Dex, like Navi, like Fatal Pros, and they just doing the bare minimum, which is calling out right from wrong in other men, and that's just the bare minimum. Because the same way they do it is the same way if a woman got on here talking backwards, we would do it, right? It's the bare minimum. So to be able to feel like you have to call them good men, like that's a good man, Savannah, because they doing the bare minimum, which most men don't do, that shit is sad. It's very sad. I don't know, y'all. I don't see it. I don't see a lot of men actively practicing mindfulness, actively practicing self-awareness, actively participating in their communities. And then some of the men that I do see, like when we have them on these panels and they say they big brothers and all of this shit, they have some of the worst red pill talking points. They are conditioned for the patriarchy in the worst way that it terrifies me, because it's like these are who the little boys have to go to when they trying to escape the masculinity that they fathers are trying to perform, and which is causing the abstinence in the home. The absence in the home, like this is who they got to look forward to, is the same dude that would have been in the home regardless. Shit is crazy.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all now. This group is the litmus test. I'm gonna tell you, and all the spaces that we frequent, positive ones anyway, is a litmus test. And I know y'all didn't see my ex up here circulating. He was under Beezy, but now he under Chic Savage. But he's in here and listening and supporting and trying. I said all the stuff I told you just years ago, or what have you, that you need to start looking into. You now looking into that stuff. But he may have been for the past like 2 years, but I ain't know nothing about it. But you like listening and having the conversation will, I didn't tell him this, but we'll put you in a different category. But there's people that we can't even have the conversation with. Like there's nothing that they believe they need to learn, or even change about themselves. And then that's what we see day in and day out on this app, is the people who are frozen and stuck in a system that is no longer working for them, but they're still holding on to it for dear life. They will sit up here and fight all day, even though we're telling you you're not going to get your desired result. It's not going to end well for you. And they still like, no, I'm still going to do it. And that's what is, shocking. It's sad, to see that. But I'm telling you that if you cannot, and nothing that you hear, in these circles resonates with you or makes sense to you, I'm going to tell you immediately that's not a red flag. That's just excommunication for me. It's not happening at all. But I like to see people here who are growing and who are learning, and they're starting to open their minds. They're coming back more and more, and even the ops. Right, they keep coming back day in and day out, and are listening more and talking less. I believe that some of these things are starting to land. I don't know how long it's going to take root, and then actually grow and sprout something. But I believe that it's taking root, and they're seeing that I would, if I do change, how I feel about myself. And then I can grow that to how I feel about my parents, and I can start having more conversations. I'm hoping that they're getting some tools where they can learn to have conversations with people, family members, or past relationships that may have hurt them, and start to talk through that, and start to unpack that shit. Because we're all up here unpacking. Like, join the fucking team, man.
You gotta be careful with the that just because the apps is part of the conversation, because from my understanding, you have certain personalities type where like sometimes these men and young boys and teenagers, they will be in rooms with the mothers and the aunties and all that, and even though they wasn't part of the conversation, they'd be listening on the conversation, and they're conditioned to manipulate so much sometimes they'll take that information and just go manipulate somebody else with it. So it's like you gotta actively be in the conversation and like, can you hold yourself up to the scrutiny too? Just like I know, I'm doing MPD tomorrow. But because that's another aspect of it. It was like, oh, he part of the conversation. You don't let no that man trying to he trying to learn some manipulation. I'm just saying, like with the ops. I don't feel like a lot of these ops are actually coming here to learn shit.
Okay.
They come here to see if we can clock it, if they camouflaging, or like this dude who just came up. They don't got nobody else to talk to, and they just want to. Because Mia was talking about it the other day when she was like, they love to brag about what's the word y'all was saying? They brag about how they manipulate women, right? So it's like we sit here and getting frustrated, like, what the fuck? And he getting off on the fact, like, oh, yeah, this is the case, and this is the case, and this what happened. Like, he enjoying this conversation for a whole different reason than we having the conversation.
Prime example, prototype. That man be in all of the lives following us around. He be in pub lives, he be in our lives. And the shit is a joke to him.
With the fake questions,
Melanin
killing me.
was on his ass.
The fake question. Me and Melanin talked about it in Discord. I didn't know she was gonna bring it out on the app, but I was like, "Yo, it's the fake questions." I was like, "I've noticed the manipulation. He'll do it to public." Public, can you tell me more about what do you mean when you say that? Like, oh my god, I cannot.
Remember,
I can't.
that man got a podcast, so a lot of this shit is him just stealing intellect. What do you call it? Intellectual property. He just this shit probably just talking points for his next live, y'all. He probably saying the shit that we say, word for word. Cause he was in there, whatever Pub was saying to do, basically, Pub telling niggas be better. And he like, yeah. And so he got mad. Cause Melanin was like, well, did you see your kids? And he was like, I saw them yesterday or some shit. And I had said some shit to him. I was like, you the man, like you just like these dudes. And he barked on me like, oh, you always bringing my kids in it. And I'm like, I ain't say shit about your kids, sir. I said, much like you, I don't know them. Like, Melanin was on his ass.
But you know what? He mad so much. It's fun. He forget who he beefing with. Cause some days he'll be like, yeah, the other day he was coming at me because I was like, I just keep him around to see how many times I can block him. He got mad, but they don't come back the next day and be like, "What's up, Tara?" Like you're a fucking weirdo. That's what's up.
I asked how many
when y'all go to the ghetto, right? How long can you actually be in the ghetto before you be like, all right, I need a break from this shit?
They be blocking me, y'all. I be getting blocked left and right.
Depends on what's happening while I'm there.
I'm gonna be honest, like for my only thing that I've been able to tolerate, I haven't been. I think I had to hear some of you guys talk about the most frequented ghetto Franklin space. Y'all had to tell me about it or somebody in Discord because I couldn't go at all. So it was 0 minutes over there. I was like, I really cannot stand it over there, so I don't go. And then I was hearing I think Lynn was telling me about it. I think I heard Malisa saying, well, this is, what Franklin is trying to do, what have you. And I was just like vehemently against it, but I still haven't been able to stay in there very long. So I started about 2 weeks ago. When I see you guys on the panel, I would go. But I haven't been able to tolerate it very long. And it's of course not from our group's views, but I still don't like the structure of the live. I still don't like the way the dissenting and that's what it is. I told you guys my trigger is just wrong ass information and you letting it be spread. Like I can't do that. Like they come up there with complete total lies, complete wrong stats, and they aren't challenged. You just kind of let it ride, and I'm worried about that getting out and then people going to regurgitate that somewhere else. So I just can't get with it.
No, I definitely get that. My question I was asking because it's like, I think that even when we go to and do the tussling, and even at Franklin's Live is however you may feel about it, it is entertainment, right? Because you do that shit all day, every day of the week. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Like, how is it that these men can stay in places where they clearly playing around. They not serious. But
Cause
it's
they
not even like
dumb.
they coming by for a little bit. They did all day, every fucking day. Like,
Cause
sir,
they're dumb.
how did you get conditioned to perform in this goddamn long?
I can't tell her they're dumb. Yo, I went in a live the other day and the dude was talking about other dudes protecting women. And it was an echo chamber. They didn't want no dissenting views or nothing like that. So I went up there and I was like, imagine if Harriet Tubman felt that way. And I had a few things lined up. I was gonna say, like, imagine if nurses or people that felt that way, yo, they went in on me. They was like, this dumbass bitch, how she talk about Harriet Tubman? That was slavery. Bring up something relevant. So I went to go bring up something relevant, and the dude just kept talking over me. But I like that I got blocked because I felt like it was so logical that they just was dumb as. When I tell y'all, they gotta be dumb to be in them spaces, because if you make sense and nobody can argue with them, you can watch the cognitive dissonance. And I wanted to be mad, but the shit happened so fast. He got so riled up from me making such a great point about that shit that he blocked me. Moses blocked me too. I don't know if y'all know Moses. He the one with the dreads. He come
And
on
everybody know who that
Twitter.
dirtbag is. He keep reinventing himself. So every time I block a page of his, another turd comes up like a bad fucking toilet. Ugh.
He blocked me, y'all, because he had a live, and I've been on his live before, and I watched how he maneuver. So when I got a chance to get up there, boy, when I tell you I gaslit this nigga into oblivion, he blocked me.
Do you know about him essaying the child or whatever?
No, but I'm not. It's crazy. And I said he gives sassy, and I don't even mean like he gives under DL, and I know that don't have nothing to do with it. I'm not even trying to make a comparison, right? I was just saying
No,
that.
he like touching little kids.
Now that you say that, though, I'm not surprised, because that's just I don't know, y'all. It's something wrong with the way he be trying to gaslight people, and it be for no reason. But I think that he really fighting a lot of demons about his sexuality, and now you say that is definitely another like he's just he's a masking, like, hidden kind of, like, I don't know, y'all. It's just he gaslight women. He don't like women. He hate women. It's now I see it's a lot to that man.
I haven't been in any panels with any of those people. I haven't went to any of those lives of their pages. Like, never in life. I couldn't do it.
Wait, so this is like a proven fact that he did this? I'm not denying it or nothing.
I think they leaked it. They
You
leaked the
wanna
stuff
talk about
on. They leaked it on TikTok, I think.
Oh well, I don't
It's
know,
pub-
because I don't
I
know
think
what
it's
nobody
public
else is.
information. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what nobody else is in the mood
I don't
for.
know what he physically did. I know I heard his voice saying out of his own mouth about looking at young pubescent girls and saying that he couldn't tell that they were children. And when I'm looking at them, like, just the way that the rhetoric that he was speaking about young girls, knowing that he works amongst underage children, or at least at the time he was. I don't know what he's doing now because I refuse to engage. Him saying that, what they had on and how they were throwing themselves at him and whatever have you in those spaces. I was good on that because it wasn't hearsay. That's me watching him say it. If you put it in here, you can find some of the video snippets.
Wasn't nobody's child was throwing themselves at him. That was just a projection because he's a weird ass dude. But he has said, I've heard him say, like, in passing, because I didn't realize he was as problematic as he was until, like, over time. And now all of this stuff coming out, like, this is after I already got blocked by him. Which I'm glad. I see he don't like strong women. He don't even like women. He don't even like adults. You know what I'm saying? So, but hearing all of this right now, I'm not surprised by it, but I definitely heard him say out his mouth he worked with kids, and he maintains
Let me tell
that.
you something. You give him the wrong situation when he's having one of his days, he'll go from saying 7 words, whatever they are, and a woman's voice comes into the conversation with any kind of anything, or they mute him or anything that upsets him, he literally is like a bear trap. He will go off, and when I say his mouth is foul to women, and it happens so, it's like a hair trigger. He's very nasty. I was on a panel, I'm a mod on one of the pages or whatever, and the host did not know who it was. And I said, look, don't, I didn't bring the person up, but I was like, look, let's not do it. And they didn't know who the person was. And he was talking. So I was like, all right. And one of the other mods dropped them because they knew what I was saying. But he was like, no, I want to hear what he's saying. Brought him back up. One of the young ladies was saying something in opposition to what he said. It was so many curse words in such a short amount of time. We had no choice but to drop him and block him. I didn't know what the fallout was going to be. The first word was bitch, and then everything after that was another explicative. Like, it was just so fast and so disgusting and so nasty. The way he was just being derogatory to it. I don't even know what the hell she said, really. I just know we had to react because I thought the live was going to get taken down the way he was cursing her out. Like, I thought somebody was going to say he was doing the B word.
That shit's scary, yo.
And I mean, it was so fast and violent.
That
Like,
shit's
I'm not really, I definitely have a different level of fight or flight from when I hear a man speaking that way from my own stuff. It bothers the fuck out of me.
That shit's scary.
But it was just so fast. I would never trust him to close the door behind another human being. I wouldn't even leave it to say a woman. I would not leave him to close the door behind anybody with the way that he 180'd like that. It was sick. And that was in my presence on a live. That wasn't even like the other stuff where I heard the recordings and I sat there watching like, what the fuck is this talking about kids like that? I'm talking about I was in a live. He came in the box. We dropped him after he started the first bunch of rhetoric just because it was problematic. And I was like, yo, the person understood that I knew who it was and so did they. And he just flipped. It is disgusting.
You can't tell me these people aren't dangerous if it is strangers online that you cannot physically touch and you have that amount of anger behind that. How much anger do you have with someone who is in your personal space who says or does something you don't like and you can reach out and touch them? That shit is scary. I can't, y'all.
It's like that guy who what was that Cloud was telling us about the dude who was in Deb Live. Jana's Live. Talking all that shit. And they found out that he unalived his girlfriend and he was actually in the conversation in prison. So that's why I was saying, like, when we talk to some of these men and we be like, well, guys do this and guys do that. They be the guys. They be the guys doing this shit.
That shit's crazy.
You gonna tell me like that dude
But
earlier? He probably
many
put
men, and none of them are the problem.
Wait, I didn't hear that. Can you say that again, Malisa?
Said it's no way we spoke to this many men and none of them are the fucking problem. Somebody that we've encountered in these lives is the problem. And we ain't that lucky.
Any man coming up here talking about I'm a good man and trying to prove himself, you the fucking problem. You done did some shit. My bad, girl. I'm all that. What you say?
No, I was telling Doc, I think because I was about to say something at the same time she did. But I told her she could go ahead, but I think your background, she might have thought you was about to talk.
My bad, y'all. I was putting my clothes in the dryer. I should have did laundry earlier.
But now
What I did while you was resting, I was at the laundromat.
No, my son's
Man,
first day of school tomorrow.
with the velour hangers and the tank top. My kids are too.
Yeah, he waited till the last minute to do his clothes and stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna do it later. I ain't buy him no school clothes. He don't need no damn school clothes. So he was supposed to wash his clothes, and he waited till last minute, but he good now.
Lioness, they not. Fuck that nigga. This dude gonna hit me up. Boy, y'all, he was supposed to buy my baby her shit for school and the credit card declined. I'm so mad. He just texted me just now as soon as I was about to say something. It's alright because now the baby's father paid for everything, so I'm gonna just use that to buy a new wig and pay up some of this rent. Oh well. Moving on. That shit just got me tight. I hate that. He just mad because I won't give him no nookie. It's not gonna happen. It's been years. Like, I already know you resent me. You gonna try to make me pay for making you wait. But I was gonna say the Lioness Queen. The ones that saying they voting for Trump because they just hate Harris because she black. Most of them can't even vote. They're felons, girl.
That's my favorite
It's like
topic.
the dude.
I feel like the ones who not felons don't have follow through. You know what I mean? Like they'll be on
It's like
TikTok when
the.
they could be doing something. They're not going to go register to vote.
It's like the dudes who say they eat passport rolls, but they can't get passports because they owe child support.
That part.
Get my ass in this bed.
Well, I'm about to try to get me a nap. I'm gonna watch my last episode of Criminal Minds that I paused to talk to y'all, and then I'm gonna get my behind the bed. I got how many minutes? I got 37 minutes left on this Criminal Minds one, and then I'm gonna take it on down.
Yeah, I need to take my
Okay.
ass to sleep, y'all. My face is dry yet. This was fun. We had one out, but it did what it did. I feel like it did what it did for a little bit of time we was here, y'all.
I had a good time, as
You want
always.
to say something before I just abruptly end this shit?
No, good night, y'all. It was a blast. I had fun getting on AJ Hass.
Malisa, you want to say anything?
Nope. I want you to get some rest. I'm going to lie and tell you I'm going to do the same, but I know I'm not.
Oh, we know. Yeah, I'm gonna end the live tonight. I'm not waking up confused like I was this morning.
That was funny.
You don't got to do that. I appreciated that you did because that kept me awake and safe. So I appreciate that. But no, I think you should go ahead and go to sleep. We all need to figure some stuff out. But thank you for opening up the house because otherwise I'd have been wandering into bullshit. Who knows what I would have fell into if you didn't let us
Yeah,
back in tonight.
I went to a live and I was trying to be problematic and troll, but I couldn't even talk. I said, let me go somewhere where I can talk. That shit was crazy. James was there. But good night, y'all. Thank y'all for coming and liking the live and all that good stuff.
Good
Real quick
night.
though, when I went on vacation, my subscriptions went down. If you subscribe and you like it here, go and hit that button. I ain't said this in a while, but y'all know I'm trying to stay single. Don't force me into the arms of a man, y'all. Don't do me like that. Y'all know capitalism is real. But yeah, tomorrow we're gonna do MPD. Y'all wanna do MPD tomorrow? That's Memphis was saying I should do it. So I'm like, all right, let's do MPD tomorrow. That should be fun. Y'all know I'll be on later.
I'm down. Shoot, it's my day off anyway. I done worked all this damn overtime.
Yeah, well, y'all know I ain't gonna be on till later in the day, just so you know.
That's perfect because I don't get off till 3:30, so that works perfect for me.
Okay. All right, well, y'all know what the drill is. Love you guys.